was a comment that was made on Facebook the other day about being a submissive woman. They were saying that a submissive woman controls her man, and I agree with that. I think until we begin to talk in honesty and transparency and stop pandering to both sides, especially to the sisters, because there is so much entitlement, and because men have been quiet for so long, and it's been the men that has been quiet were the type of men that y'all really need to be listening to. The men that doing the most talking ain't the ones, they don't have nothing to say anyway.
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price, man, holding it down for Kandid Konvos. Definitely check us out every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. People today, they lazy. Ain't nobody trying to put in no work. If stuff start getting a little rough in the relationship or in the marriage, ain't nobody trying to fix nothing. Like, I mean, that's how people's mindsets are today. Yeah, but that's how I know that folks don't truly understand what marriage was about, because they tap out way too easy. Yeah, you see people fight harder for a job, like they can't go get another one of them in 2 weeks. Yeah, she's talking about these guys coming to these foreign countries and sourcing out these foreign women because they possess these character traits. Yep, they're more cooperative when it comes to a man, or they're more cooperative when it comes to a marriage and a relationship. They're more, nurturing forward when it comes to a relationship. They're more I don't even want to use the word soft, but I'll use the word soft. They're softer when it comes to, these relationships and interactions with men and so forth. And like I said, we definitely got to be honest. We see a difference, right? We see a difference. And I think, Chloe and Tay made some good points earlier. A lot of this stuff is based around money over here in the West. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Kandid Konvos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Coco on deck. Say what's up to the people, Coco.
Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday.
Happy the election is over Wednesday.
Man, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
No phone calls today. No text messages today. No emails today. Amen.
Right. Yeah, no, that's that piece has been nice. Now all the fighting on the other hand, that's a whole nother story.
Listen, since we on here, let me just say this. we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. Y'all been supporting the channel. Y'all been tapping in. A couple of nights ago, night before the election, we did like a review of Hardly Initiated, their political debate, right? They had both sides sort of debating, and it was really interesting. It was a great show. The topics they tried to tap into the policies, man. So it was cool. It was good. I will just say this though, now that the election is over and the general population has chosen whom they want to be their president, right? Now can we get back to somewhat of normalcy as far as how we behave, how we carry ourselves, it's still temporarily Joe Biden's internet, okay? It's not officially Donald Trump's internet yet, although I did see this coming. But y'all have been acting a whole clown, okay? Today, y'all been acting a whole clown, and the petty princess in me has just been eating it all up. I'm loving it. Y'all been on here crying, whan, and dan, and I love it. You know why? Because the whole time we all lost sight of what was really important, right? This is when it was your opportunity to speak up about the things that mattered to you, about what's going on in this part of the world. But instead, what I saw was people got lost in the sauce, arguing about things that weren't going to change their day-to-day lives, and arguing with each other. Men against women, women against men, and Black people in particular. And the gag is Black men actually voted for Kamala.
Yeah, majority.
Kamala, it depends on who she's talking to. Black men actually voted for her. Y'all was so mad at these men, and they actually voted on your side. They did not, by and large, vote against you. But y'all was walking around here swearing death on Black men. Literally. And they went to the polls and they actually showed up for your candidate. That's the gag. Meanwhile, y'all wasn't saying nothing to y'all Latino sisters. Y'all wasn't saying nothing to your Latino brothers that y'all claim y'all can get y'all finna divest and go run to. Y'all wasn't saying nothing to them. Meanwhile, the gag was they helped vote him into office.
Right.
So once again, what's the moral of this story? Worry about your own backyard. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourselves, right? Because this was never a Black man issue. This was a you issue, boo-boo kitty. It was your issue. It was always your issue. You know, you the one fighting for things that you shouldn't be fighting for. So this you think it was never a Black man's issue, and y'all made it a Black man issue, and then Black men showed up for y'all because they was going to anyway. Because again, because Black men actually always do show up for y'all.
Right.
They're just not loud about it. They don't need to talk about it. They don't need to get a social media and campaign about it. But at the end of the day, when the rubber meets the road and it's time for a Black man to show up for you, he does. That's the moral of the story. Meanwhile, y'all didn't have y'all own men's back.
That's real right there.
That's all I'm going to say about that. At the end of the day, the one in control is God anyway. You may not even believe in God, but at the end of the day, he's sovereign over all things. So you ain't got to be crying boo-boo and snotting and blubbering in your cereal. It's okay, sis. Life's going to go on like it did before, and you're going to be okay.
Yep. No, that's real. Yeah. And I'm glad those stats came out, but listen, I'm hoping that folks can move forward now. Like I said, I've been, and I know we had to hop off topic for a minute, but I think this needed to be said. I've been seeing all of the back and forth. I've been seeing the arguments. I've been seeing folks unfriending folks, blocking folks.
I mean, crashing out.
Yeah, suppressing folks, all type of nonsense. So like I
All
said,
over
I'm
the
glad
internet.
it's, yeah, I've been seeing, you know, black women and men fighting, arguing, going back and forth. And I'm glad it's all over so we can get on back to business. But yeah, I've been seeing those stats being posted and circulated around and showing the fact that black men, majority of them voted the same way that black women did. But the separation was coming from different backgrounds of different races. So yeah, once again, we can't always take somebody's issue and then decide we want to make it our own.
That's it.
Yeah, so hopefully we learn from that and move forward collectively. Yeah, JR jumping on. Okay, let's get on back to it. I just wanted to get that out real quick because I said once again, I think it needed to be said. All right, so yeah, shout out to y'all for joining us tonight. Everybody who's on right now, do me a favor, hit that like button for us, smash that like button for us. Likes are free. Smash that like button for us. Help support the platform. Let's see, checking in early. Donovan in the building. He said, hey, hello. And what up, though? What's going on with you, Donovan? Appreciate you hopping on tonight. Appreciate that support. Let's see, Kenyatta in the building. She said, happy Wednesday. I did get a text message. I shut that down. Yeah, no, man. I'm so glad the text messages, are over with. That mess was getting annoying. It was getting out of control. Yeah, I need to call my congressman because I don't appreciate that. Yeah, I need to call my senator. I don't appreciate all them text messages. And I was blocking folks. I was blocking the numbers as they was coming in. They just came in from different numbers. Like just, yeah, I need to call my my congressman about that. Shout out to my guy Vince. He said, hey, y'all, what's going on, Vince? Appreciate you hopping on tonight, man. Let's see. Vince also said we are in a bad place. Yeah, I feel what you're saying right here, Vince. I feel what you're saying, man. Yeah, tell me how we correct that. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Drop a comment. Tell me how we correct this mess. Let's see. Shout out to my guy J.U. Griffin in the building. He said much love, respect, and blessings. What's going on, J.U.? Appreciate you hopping on today, brother. Also, shout out to you, Jay. I've been seeing you in the comments over on the tube, man. So appreciate that support. Appreciate that engagement, man. Let's see, Donovan. He said, "Let's see. I say we all file a class action campaign harassment lawsuit. Yeah, man, we need to get paid. We need to get paid. Let's say all that money that well, better yet, all that money that's invested to shoot them text messages and." I got to sit here and open this up and all that. I should be getting some compensation for doing that. I'm helping you out.
I mean, and the invasion of your privacy is insane. It's crazy work because I didn't sign up for any of these emails, text messages, or phone calls.
Yeah,
so
they just they just put just throw you on the list. Yeah, they just throw you on the list. Yeah, and you you just start getting called. But yeah, we might have to go ahead and drop that lawsuit, man. I ain't mad at that, Donovan. All right, let me check in. Who's that? JR? JR, you down there, man?
Hello.
What's going on with you, man? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all good. How are you?
Doing well, man. I know y'all been hearing about the presidential election over here across the pond over there, man?
Yeah. We've been keeping up with it because I know that we're next, so...
next, huh?
Yeah. It's all it's all connected, man. We already left the EU 8 years ago.
Okay.
Obviously, the whole Brexit situation. So the country's already in a mess, and of course, the war going on. The same situation with the migrants. We've got the Ukrainians coming in, XYZ. We got black people getting put in places, in positions. So yeah, we're about to have our time again. So yeah, like I say, it's all connected in it. So we're your little brothers because we get along. So they need to work together to make sure they can control narrative. So yeah, I've seen it. It is funny,
right.
but hey, that's how it goes.
I'm just checking, man. Let me get this comment real quick. Then we'll come back, come over to Joe, check in with Joe. See, Vince said getting on later. I'm supporting my black wife. Yeah, man, shout out to you, Vince. Like I said, man, we we support the sisters, man, and what they got going on. So like I said, these narratives, we got to kill these narratives. It just keeps us bucking each other, and it just keeps the problem going. So yeah, we got to kill these narratives. Check in, Joe. Is that you, man?
Hey, how's it going, kid? Yeah,
Not,
good evening.
not too bad. How you doing, man? You do got a little noise or
You hear
something
me?
coming through with your audio.
Is that better?
No, it's
Is that
still
better?
there. It's almost like a humming sound or something in the background.
Oh, that's the dryer. That's I don't know how it's picking up that, but yeah, dryer all the way down in the basement. But is it too bad that you can't hear what I'm saying?
No, I can hear you. Go ahead, man.
Okay. Well, I'm happy today. I made some money off the. You can bet on politics. I don't know if y'all know that, but I had some inside information, and yeah, I just leave it at that. So I had a good day, and Trump won, so that made it even better.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was I talked about that yesterday, man. I was watching last night as the markets were reacting.
Me
He had
too.
he hadn't even, it wasn't even official yet, and the markets was reacting. Yeah, crypto was reacting, the indices were reacting. It was a lot going on, man. So yeah, interesting. Like I said, a lot of guys ran away with the bag today. We
Money
just
grab.
call it with it. Yeah,
Money
for
Yeah, it was
grab.
sure.
Money
easy
grab.
money.
Money grab.
Trump is a money man, so that's it's about economics. He's a billionaire. He brings everywhere he goes, people touch money. So he was smart, played into the day he just got elected. I mean, it was just
Yeah,
easy money.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree with you, man. The thing is, as I said, even though folks may not have, and this is something I always try to tell people, even though you may not support somebody as a particular candidate, um, that person can still present opportunities for you to gain and put yourself in a better position. So outside of your political affiliations, when you get them opportunities, you got to take advantage of them opportunities when they present themselves. And I know for a fact a few fellas took advantage of them opportunities, and I had a nice little payday today. So I'm gonna leave it right there. We're gonna get on into this show. Let me see. Somebody checking in. Shout out to Jason Washington in the building. He said, "What's up, people? Meets and greets from Germany." Oh, okay. Shout out
Welcome.
to you. Yeah, shout out to you, Jason Washington. Appreciate you hopping on from Germany, man. He said, let's see, he owns. Oh, he was talking about Joe was on speakerphone, maybe. Okay. He said a lot of ladies is mad as hell and called off work today. Yeah, no, it's been a lot going
Full
on.
crash out.
Yeah, it's been a lot going on today. So yeah, I'm sure you seeing some of the same things we seeing. Let's see, it seems like all the ladies globally are in a scary headspace.
For real.
Yeah, I think overall, I'm gonna mute you for a sec, Joe. I think overall, everybody I think is in a space of not having direction. And what I mean by that is, folks I think have gotten so dependent on letting somebody else set their direction that they don't set their own.
That's it.
Yeah, so when these types of things happen, people don't know how to function. Yeah, they kind of go lost. To your point, they think, they get this, the fear sets in, and then that's when you see folks crashing out. And that's why I said we have to be more aware and stay in a prepared position versus a reactive position, which is what we typically do. So that's just my observation. See, Jason also said, "Oh, good point. Yeah, man. No, if you just watch folks' actions, man, that's typically how they move. So the first response once the normal flow gets thrown off is fear. So that's typically how that goes. All right. So let me do this real quick, and then we're going to get on into this conversation. I don't want to keep us on here all night. Here's a link to join us on the panel. You can drop this in your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge. If you're coming through an Apple device, you got to use Safari. But yeah, join us on the panel. You do have the ability to cut your camera off if you choose. We always encourage you to keep it on. In addition to hearing the video feed, we also have this in all the chat feeds as well. So you can catch it at the Kandid Konvos page on YouTube or Facebook, or shoot us a message directly. We'll send it to you that way as well. Once again, everybody watching right now, do me a favor and hit that like button for us. All right, so let's go on and get on into this. I was waiting to see who else was hopping on, but we'll start where we at. So we're going to go and get on to this conversation topic for tonight. Yeah, it's better. Topic for tonight. Women fumble, good men. We run that back. Topic for tonight. Women fumble, good men. All right. So let me I'm gonna drop this link for a little bit. Let us know if you need it. Okay, so we got a couple videos that came over. I think I might hold one just to see if I know IT sent over something to see if she make it. So I'll hold that one for a minute. So yeah, so this first one, this is a catch-up show from Pop the Balloon that was sent over. Brian and Felicia, their catch-up episode. Just to give some quick backstory, they matched on the show, went on a little, I guess you call it link up. I won't really call it first date, but a little link up after the show. Spent a little time together and things kind of fell apart because the brother Brian is a weed smoker. That's his thing. He's a weed smoker. Not the occasional weed smoker, but the daily weed smoker. So that turned the young lady off and it became an issue. So yeah, because of that, and then a couple other things mixed in there that became part of their breakdown or whatever. But I just wanted to give a little background context because I said I can't do the whole video because it was a 20-something minute video. I can't go that long. But there's a few minutes of the video towards the end that I think are important, which support the topic for the night. So we're gonna run that, and then we'll go from there.
Oh man, okay, yeah, I can see that this was not going to head anywhere after the conversation that you guys had. But to go ahead and just kind of like wrap everything up, any upcoming projects that we can be looking out from either one of you? Let's start with Brian.
Well, like I said, I'm still doing my podcast. I'm still doing my motivational speaking. Mm-hmm. I'm still doing my everyday exercise and personal fitness. And also, I'm still doing my business. So that's just pretty much it. I want to come back on Pop the Balloon.
Oh,
I'm single. I'm open.
Okay.
I'm open. I'm in the field now. So yeah.
And now, any possible future matches? They know Brian is a weed smoker. Okay.
Yeah. I'm a weed. Yeah. And guess what? And any woman that come on there, be honest. Tell me if I ask you guys some of your dislikes of the man, and be honest. Just be honest, okay? And we don't gotta go through this because I wasted my time. Thank you.
Oh.
I had fun though. I had fun.
Well, maybe you'll find your match after this. Now
I had fun.
it's possible.
So, Felicia, you are so sweet. I enjoyed your presence. I enjoyed meeting you. And I mean, I'm not saying this like I said. We could talk in the future, but I just told you what I do and what I indulge in. And you know what's up.
I mean, even though I blocked you, it's cool. As a dating potential, obviously, we're clear that would never be. But as a cool person too, thank you. You too.
And now, Felicia, any upcoming projects on your end?
I mean, I can't say that I have anything to announce as far as projects. I do real estate coast to coast. So if you guys need me, I'm still doing that. I will say I am still single. Mm-hmm. I won't necessarily say I want to come back to the show, but through all that I've been doing in the introspect, I realized that what I am looking for in a man, and you guys' show has kind of helped me to even evaluate that more and being more truthful, as Brian says, and being truthful with myself, though I have to admit that my heart is still with someone else.
Oh.
So I feel like even though I thought I was ready to date, I feel like, I'd rather send a public apology right now to Micah Murray, who was someone who now I realize I dropped the ball and fumbled because that was someone who I think genuinely is, looking back, I messed that up. I dropped the ball. I fumbled that person who I think now, through everything I've learned about myself, through everything that I'm looking for, they fit. And I messed that up.
Okay. And this is your ex?
This is an ex, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I don't think they would talk to me again because they probably would feel like a fool. Just because, ego, pride, whatever friends, family may say. But I think just taking accountability for myself, I was the one that mishandled the situation. As Ryan said, I could have been more communicative when it comes to certain things. So maybe he's right. I could work on that.
Okay.
And but I want to just say my public apology. He'll probably never watch this show, and I don't know what could ever come of that.
You never know.
And maybe nothing ever will. But I'm gonna just go ahead and say this because if his friends, family, somebody is watching, I publicly apologize because I see the errors in my and flaws in my ways.
Okay.
And I genuinely hurt that person who I want to apologize to.
So coming on the show kind of made you realize, like, ooh, maybe I wasn't ready to put myself out there to date.
I think I'm ready to date. I'm just saying that I realize the things that I'm looking for. And I'm looking back at myself on this show and I'm saying, I want this multidimensional man. I want somebody who's going to be a leader. I'm looking at all these things and I realize I had that. And I'm humbly saying, because I'm sure a lot of women won't admit it, I dropped the ball and I was not in a whole place like I am now, the same person to actually admit that then.
Yeah.
And so it may not ever happen with that person, but whoever gets me next will get more of a whole woman instead of the broken person that I was when I dated him.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good to hear, the self-reflection and the accountability that you're taking now. So, like we said, hopefully this message gets to him and we see what comes of it.
Look at Ryan.
Ryan, why are you doing this? Ryan, what's going on?
It's not about you, buddy.
Yeah, but I know it ain't about me, but damn, that's why.
Thank you for helping me appreciate what I'm looking for.
Took that shot.
Don't put me in it. I'm not in the equation. This is between you and this. I'm not in the equation. But I mean, I wish the best of you. I hope he listening. I hope you can get him back. But hey, good luck to you.
Yeah, honestly, good luck to both of you guys. And thank you both for coming on today. And I wish you, like I said, I wish you both the best in your business, in your love life. Brian, maybe we'll see you again. Who knows?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah,
he wants to be seen. He will be back.
Be on the lookout. No, I want love. I'm gonna find somebody. How about that?
Ooh.
Oh, man. Let's say a topic for the night. Women fumble good men. Well, let me get some of these comments. The comments blew up. See, shout out to Navy Man 4 in the building. He said, Kevin Samuels, ladies think good men grow on trees. Yeah, you know what? I think that that can be thrown up in there. Shout out to Jay-Z. He said, I said, damn, she stayed dissing him. Now she got that last shot in. I caught it. She did it nice, nasty, as they say. Well, she got that last shot in. Let's see. Donovan said, let's see. She, like most, are usually scatterbrained. Dang, don't do her like that, Donovan. Dang. Y'all be hard on her, man. I thought she was halfway decent, man. I got something to say about it, but I thought she's halfway decent. Let's see. JU said, let's see. So she realized she dropped the ball after things did not work out with the new man. Sounds like the previous is now only good enough for her options. Oh, he's now only good when her options are running low. Okay, no, I hear that right there, JU. I hear that. I guess they would call that the fallback or something on them lines. But let's see. Kenyatta said, let's see, bro, feelings are hurt. I don't know, Kenyatta. I don't know. His feelings could be hurt a little bit.
He was a little. Maybe it wasn't his feelings. Maybe it was his pride.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
Right, like because after all that back and forth, then she turns around and say her heart is still with another man. Like really?
Yeah. No, that part was wild. Let's see. Donovan says she's still broken. Okay, I feel that, Donovan. I ain't mad at that. Let's see. Jason said, let's say, No, whoever gets her next will always be compared to him.
I can see that.
That's real right there, Jason. Appreciate that comment. Let's see. Vince said, let's see. She thought she could do better. That's most of the problem with these young, attractive girls who think they have options. Okay. I see y'all ain't holding nothing back tonight. Okay. So, yeah, I want to get into this conversation right here. So let's say we talking women fumbling good men. So having these opportunities and messing them up. So I know we got some ladies in the comments. Ladies, drop a comment. Should I see? We got Cole on the panel, Coco on the panel. Drop a comment. Have y'all ever fumbled a good man or know a young lady who has fumbled a good man? Shoot, I want some details too. Shoot, what did she do? Or how did she fumble? I'm just curious. And I'm also going to present this question to the fellas as well. Fellas, do you know or have you fumbled a good woman? Yeah, let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know. Because I said I know Jason was saying that this is I think that was Jason saying that. Actually, I'm losing my thought. But yeah, let me know. Drop a comment. Yep. Have you fumbled somebody good? Ladies, have you fumbled a good dude? Fellas, have you fumbled a good woman? Yeah, and then let's say we can chat on what happened in the video. So let me come to the panel. Coco, JR, Vince, Cole, Joe. Come off mute. Let me know what it is. What y'all think about this video? What y'all thinking on this one? Vince, I just saw you pop on. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Vince. I see you ready. Go ahead, Vince.
Well, for the video, I think that's a lot of these young ladies' problems. They fumble good men in their 20s because they're thinking, I don't want to miss out on my youth. I don't want to miss out on the girls' trips. I don't want to be tied down because there might be something better out there for me. I see that a lot, especially with the attractive, educated, hot young thing who can really, at this stage of her life, she can really get what she wants. But she thinks there's something better out there. She might get the guy she went to college with, and he's an entry level, yada, yada. She's like, well, I might be able to get a little bit better, or I might be able to get a little bit more. And then they wait around and get all this trauma and bad relationships, and then they hit that wall. And I'm not gonna say it's over, but then the options dwindle down real fast. And then they get to the point where it's pee in the pool because those same guys that they fumbled are gone. And they're not turning back. Yeah. And she probably did something to this guy where he's done with her. Because I don't know if y'all peeped that. She's like, if his family is this, she probably cheated on him or talked to him crazy, told him his money wasn't long enough. That's what it was. She cute. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said. Because she's still getting attention. And then she got out there and got with Lil Wayne. And she said, now, have I fumbled a good woman? I would say yes.
Okay.
I would say yes. I didn't fumble the best one though, but I think I fumbled some good ones. But I don't know necessarily if they was good for the long haul. They were nice, and I did something I shouldn't have did, and I felt bad because they were really trying, and I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? Right. I wasn't ready.
I got you.
Yeah. But I'm going to get back to that. What you asked me about, what can we do? I'll wait till the end to talk about that.
Okay, yeah. Hold that. Yeah, we got to touch that. Hold that. Anybody else want to say anything? Joe, JR, Cole, Coco, you want to say anything at all? No, I'll catch comments up in a minute. Go ahead, Joe. I saw you come off.
Yeah, man, both of those people are messed up. In my opinion, I think they were probably made for each other, which is why they despise each other so much. So They clearly both had some issues that she said she was broken then, but I don't know. I still see signs of brokenness still that she may not even recognize. So that's something she would have to go to therapy for. And then the whole weed smoking thing. I don't know what the. I'm sure he probably disclosed that he was a weed smoker. Maybe she underestimated how much weed he smoked because
So
some people who.
So let me get a context to that. So on the show, she said that she didn't want, or one of her deal breakers was a cigarette smoker, right? But she
Right.
said she didn't have an issue with somebody who did, 420 or marijuana, right? But once they went on a date and hung out, she said he lit up twice.
Mhm.
So he's not just the occasional here and there smoker, like somebody, let's just say somebody with a cigar. He's like the daily. It sounds like he smokes marijuana like somebody smokes cigarettes. So it's a
Whoa.
daily thing with him. And she was just saying that, he would smoke the marijuana, and she's like, he lit up twice just while they was hanging out, which they was only together for like an hour or so. So he lit up twice while they was together. And then she was like, then he would want to be all up under her, smelling like
Whoa.
marijuana. Yeah, and she
This
was like,
sounds.
that was a problem. She had an issue with that.
Yeah, she underestimated. I don't think she would have had an issue. Obviously, if you did it on his own time or maybe once in a while, but to do it on while you're on a date and then twice within an hour, if that's within 1 hour, then how many times you do it in a day? So she just underestimated how much. She probably should have asked in more detail. Well, how much do you smoke? Like, are you a recreational smoker or a chronic smoker, like he clearly is? Even while he was doing that whole I guess catch up or whatever. But
Right.
anyways, my thing on this whole I was a broken. I keep hearing that a lot. Oh, I was broken. I was a broken person. Therefore, I made these decisions because I was broke. I'm like, I don't say shit like that. I'm like, no, I wasn't broken. You it's like you're giving something else a scapegoat. You're not really taking full responsibility. It just sounds like, oh, I was broken. No, you were in your right mind and you made conscious decisions and you wanted to do what you did to the last guy that you sound like she disrespected or she hurt so badly that even his family don't want nothing to do with her. So no, sometimes maybe you can point it to brokenness or trauma, but I just keep hearing that theme over and over. So when I think about how I fumbled the bag on one woman, I knew I did the pretty much the day that I met her on the first date, and I was like, damn, I think something's off. There was a few things I did wrong. First, you're a 26-year-old man dressing like an 18-year-old man, like I was still in high school. That was number one. Uh, number two, I showed up late to the date. That's number two. Number three, I thought that releasing some energy before I left was probably the best advice because that's what I heard from the boys. Oh, well, you won't be so anxious if you just roll one out. I was like, okay, that sounds good. And so she's like, oh, the energy is off. I'm like, so it was like a trifecta. It was like boom, boom, boom. So fast forward, just 3 months after the fact, she invited me to the church and everything. She ends up getting with the guy who was a drummer at the church, and and I knew that it was gonna. I could see into the future she was gonna make a good wife, and now something like 8 years later, she is still with the man. She has two kids with him. From all appearances, it looked like they're happy. Obviously, Facebook can, distort a lot of things. Everyone put up their happy moments, not so much their bad moments, but they're still together. And they look happy. He looks happy, and I'm happy for him. But I knew I messed up the moment she said, "Yeah, I'm going to go with this guy instead of you because of this, and the third." So that was the one time where I actually was like, "Damn, I messed up on that one." But I messed up on a few other ones. I didn't really care so much. I didn't not the same impact. But her, it was like she's. I wasn't ready to be a husband. She was ready at the time to be a wife.
I got you. No, that makes sense, man. And it's funny that you tell that story, man. It's always the drummer, man. I don't know what it is about the drummer. It's never the pianist. It's never the guitar man. it's
That's
never
a
the
good point.
vocalist. It's always the drummer, man. And the drummer always the cat who cool. You know what I'm saying? I peeped that because I know a couple of cats who play drums in the church, man. It's always the drummer, man.
Yeah,
So
they
you
get
gotta
they
watch
get
that,
first
fellas.
dibs.
That's
They get
because the
first
drummer
dibs.
got the rhythm.
Yeah, that's it.
He keep the beat.
Possibly.
The drummer keep the beat.
Right. Yeah, it's always them drummers, man. I don't know what it is about that. Let me catch these comments and I'm gonna come back to the panel because the comments they blew up again. Let's see. Jason said, "Hell yeah, I'm a fumbler, but mainly from my sarcastic bartender mouth. I have ruined sexual relationship just to make the joke. Man, you can't be messing up over the. Come on now, Jason. I'm gonna leave that right there, man. See, he said, let's see. I'd be like, should I really say this? But have to say it and watch it burn. Yeah, see, you over there sabotaging, Jason.
That's
You can't be,
sabotage.
you can't be sabotaging him like that, man. Let's see. Kenyatta said yes. Let's see. I didn't know he was going to be a good man. I mean, she said she didn't know. Let's see. We were in high school when we met. I wish I knew then what I know now. I'm glad I got a sec. Oh, here you go. Shout out to Donovan.
Boo, boo.
Shout out to Donovan and Kenyatta in the building. Shout out to Donovan and Kenyatta in the building. Let's see, Navy man. Let's see, formal Navy officer here. I fumbled a great woman 15 years ago. I was never coached to recognize a keeper. Huh. Okay, that's real. That's real right there. Yeah, I wonder how many fellas are trained. I'm gonna call it trained to recognize a keeper. Or do we just kind of nilly-willy it? Do we just kind of go off feelings? Do we just kind of go off past females and what they did that wasn't, that we didn't agree with or didn't like? That's a
All of
good
the
one right there,
above.
maybe. What'd you say,
All
Joe?
of the above. All of the above. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's a mixture in there. It's a good comment right here. I appreciate that, Navy man. Let's see. Jason said, let's see, Navy. Let's see. We are taught how to get women. We were never taught how to keep or build or evolve with one woman. Huh.
That's the answer right there, man.
That's a good point.
Okay. Let's
Sow
get
your
real in
wild
these
oats.
comments.
Sow your wild oats before you settle down. Meanwhile, you try to sow your wild oats with the wrong one. If he wasn't the one to be played around with like that, and that's the one you remember. And that's the one that I remember.
Okay. Let me
And
keep
have it both
going.
ways.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. Let me keep going. Let's see, Navy man. Let's see. I chased the wrong ones 20 times more than the good women I found. I didn't know how to spot gold when I found it. Okay. See, this is a dual-sided conversation right here. See, Donovan said, let's see, we all have either fumbled or have been fumbled. Question is, was it recoupable or not? Yeah, that's valid. That's valid as well.
Some people die with that regret. Some people be like, oh, I found someone who was like her or even better. You hope that that's the case. Or in, I guess, Kenyatta's case, where she had a second, almost nobody gets that. 9 times out of 10, you don't get, there's no second chances. There's no, let me go back and let me take her back. No, it's like you burnt this bridge, we're done. So she made her apology, but most people, 90% of the time, he's not coming back for that. Even if he saw the apology, he might even call it, hey, I saw the apology, I appreciate it. Thanks. Nice to know you. I appreciate it. I've been waiting for it. And then he just go on and live his life. That's the reality of it. But Kenyatta, she lucked out big time.
Yeah, no, that's real right there. Let me see. Let's see. Donovan said, let's see, he could be smoking for medicinal purposes. Nah, man.
No,
Donovan. You ain't about to get no pass. Brother's not smoking for medicinal purposes. Nah. We ain't doing that, Donovan.
I got glaucoma. I'm blind. Nah.
Yeah, no, he ain't that guy. I watched that video. He ain't that guy. Let's see. Kenyatta said, real talk. While dating Donovan, I went to a concert with a friend of mine. She invited me, and I failed to tell him I was going. I lied about the whole situation. I almost fumbled the entire relationship. Honesty is the key. I mean, Kenyatta, what you saying? You had some secrets? Donovan, man, what you say about that, man? Let me hear what you got to say about that, Donovan. I said, Kenyatta keeping it real transparent tonight. What you got to say about that, Donovan? All right, let me come back up to the panel. Let's see. I know Vince said something. Cole, I saw you hop off. Did you want to say something? Are you good?
I did for 2 seconds, but I was just saying the guy smoking. I mean, that was kind of a no-go. I mean, I guess you could have asked an additional follow-up question, but yeah, puffing while you on a date, and then twice while you on a date in an hour is crazy. Like that's weed mentality.
Okay, so wait a minute. So let me ask you a question, Cole, since I got you on here right now. Do y'all have a problem getting with a man who smokes?
Yeah.
Really?
I do. Weed specifically.
Okay,
and
so
it's not. Yeah, it seeps in your clothes. Like it's a whole like I can't. One, I'm asthmatic, so I will literally just be wheezing the whole time. It's not that's not gonna work.
Okay.
Just it's not gonna work.
All right, I got you. I was just curious. Okay, yeah, I'm just checking.
You can smell it in the pores. You can smell it in the. It's like it's an aura. You can smell it on the end. I mean, it's like crazy. I'm a guy. When I don't like being around other guys or women. You can before I even know they smoke, I can tell they smoke, and then they lights on like, yeah, I knew it. I can't really be around because I used to smoke it, and I didn't like how it smelled on me, which is why I stopped. Because even if you try to mask it with the cologne and all that, man, they somehow people just know. The lips might give the tell, the aura might give a tell, you're low energy. It's a lot of tells. And some people vibe with that. So you got those people who connect with them and have relationships with those people, and you got some people who are like, nah, that ain't my speed. That's just not her speed.
No, that's real. That's real. I saw JR come off. JR, you want to say something, man?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't blame the young lady, even though, like you said, she did say that she prefers someone that smokes weed over cigarettes or whatever it is. But at the same time, I used to smoke and whatnot, and I used to keep it respectful. Yeah, as much as you want to smoke, this person doesn't smoke, so why are you gonna smoke in front of that person? You know, respect that person at least and keep away from them. If you know what I mean. So, I don't blame her. Like, yeah, one, cool, because she said she doesn't mind somebody smoking, right? But broski, 1 hour, you're taking that. You know that one's like, come on, bro. Like, and obviously from the outside looking in, like from the, the guys in the States when they roll their joints here, like it's the fat ones, like, so how quick you hitting one, bro? Like what, one every 30 minutes? Like, some Snoop Dogg vibes. So yeah, I don't blame her for that. And in terms of like her from being a good man, she's not the first, she won't be the last. That's just life. And I think it's one of those things where, I think the question that you asked about, I can't remember exactly what it was, but the answer I had was, I think that back in the day, whether a woman was good or not, she'd find their man, and they'll just keep it true and just keep it stepping, if you know what I mean. And then today, it's like you're having to say, oh, let me vet this woman. Not saying that we didn't have to vet back in the day, right? We still did, but it's completely different today. And unfortunately for guys, you have to to be able to tell whether she's a good woman or not, I need to run through at least 50 women to understand women today, so I can see which one's a good woman, because I need to be able to experience women. Back in the day, I don't think you had to experience women, because we're both coming in with a straight mindset of we're both virgins or whatever it is. We don't play around. If you sleep with my daughter, gunshot wedding, all of that stuff, So today is just completely different, where for a guy to be able to vet a good woman. And yes, I've come across a good woman who I've fumbled. And sometimes you just sit there thinking, damn, why did I make that decision? And like I said, for the young lady, she won't be the first, won't be the last. And for men as well, we're in the same boat.
Yeah. Now I feel that right there. Let me check in on this research. You there, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you doing, man? Long time no hear, man.
Been traveling, man. Been traveling. I was in Liverpool actually 3 weeks ago. So just traveling.
I'm not mad at that, man. You want to say something?
Yeah. So what I'm going to say is for the mature people who want to be appreciated.
Okay.
For the mature people who want to be appreciated. I don't believe in the word love. I believe in deep, deep appreciation, because I need to use an action word for people to describe love. If you want to be deeply appreciated, You have to mature up, woman or man. You cannot have the temporary date, flip flopping around, let's see what happens mentality. A king does not operate that way. A true queen of substance does not operate like a duchess or a dame. A queen of substance calculates who she gets with so that she can have the better percentage outcome. When we're having these candid convos and these conversations about dating or interactions, we forget the love people have a different outcome than the dating and see what happens people. So, with that said, let's go back to what Cole said. Cole said something beautiful. She knows herself. The dating temporary people don't know that. They're just winging it. She knows what she's willing to interact with and not interact with, and what she might modify for. She's looking to be appreciated. Date one, date two. She doesn't have the mindset that regardless of your appearance, your height, your pipe, all that good stuff, she's more focused on I know what I can deal with, I know what I can't. Kings have to get to that point too. Oh, C-Lay, you walked away from that woman? Exactly. She wasn't up to the standard that I was asking her for. Man, I'd have smacked, bruh. Sex is not new to me. Man, you cap it. No, you got to get out of this mindset, dude, that you ain't going to see this woman 437 other times in your lifetime. That same type of woman you're going to see 400. Jump on these planes, man. Drop that $300, that $1,500, and get on some of these planes so you can touch different types of grass. And you'll see that same woman is a Latin version, an Asian version, a Taiwan version. She look identical to the black one. The black French girl, the black German girl. Go touch some other grass. I say all that to say this, because this goes to what Miss Kenyatta said, and I think it just went over everybody's. The sisterhood had her mind for a moment. Listen what she said. My friend. For all you brothers out there listening to C-Lay, part of being a pimp and a player, you got to listen to details. You can't let stuff just go beyond your mind. Part of being a king and a leader, you got to listen to details without interruption. You got to listen to detail. So I'm going to land right here. She said, I was out with my friend. That's why your wife is nodding her head, because the sisterhood had her mind at that moment. She cared more about making the sisterhood feel good than this dude that's over here appreciating her. But she caught herself. Shout out to her. But this is where I say it ain't about love. It's about deep appreciation for this other human being. Because one day, whether you're king or queen, you're going to meet Mr. Medical. And Mr. Medical is going to have something for you. And you're going to need that other human being to bring you that chicken soup when you thought you'd be strong forever. To say that you still look beautiful when those wrinkles start coming in and betraying your beauty. And the wrinkles start getting on your breast. You're going to need this other human being to say how they love being there in year number 16. Wait, this is too much level of the game. Let me pass the mic, man.
Oh, it's all good, bro.
Hold on, wait a minute, Mr. Research. I think we have a question. Hold on. I think we have a question. Is Jason? So a pimp and a player have the same attributes, a king?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me explain how. So your version of the 1970 black exploitation film is a totally different thing. So I'm going to point you to something you may have heard in European society. It's called the dandy. Go look it up. It's called the dandy. And so Prince did this really good. All a pimp or a king does is take whatever they're dealing with and move people accordingly. The dukes, the warlords, the peasants, the architect. That's all a king really does. But a dude that's a regular person cannot absorb that level of the game because they're thinking, well, pimp is just sex related. No, you are the orchestrator of this symphony. But see, if you're just a regular dude, I'm not hating, I'm not punching down, but if you're a regular dude, now you're begging that lady to be part of the orchestra. You're negotiating with her to play the violin correctly. You're asking the trombonist why they didn't get here on time. You're not in that mindset because kings get rid of queens that don't operate. Let me say it. All right, my bad. Let me pass the mic. It's too much. It's too much.
No,
It's
that's
not
real.
enough. It's not enough. That's dope, man.
See, man, Mr. Research. Now, see, Mr. Research is be here all the time. He went quiet for a little bit. Now he come back dropping these gems. Yeah, I see what it is. I see what it is. Oh man, let me see if we got any new comments coming in. I think we are good right now. Yeah, I think we good right now. Okay, yeah, no, I appreciate them gems right there. Yeah, just my thing is I said I know we're talking, man. Everybody hopping in here tonight. Shout out to my guy Winfred in the building. He said Mr. Research is on to something. Yeah, now he dropping gems, Winfred. He dropping gems. Shout out to you for joining, hopping on tonight with us, man. Appreciate you hopping on.
I love the married couple. The image of the married happy couple is it touches my heart. It really does. Seriously.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that right there. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, because my question really is just we see these situations, right? So the young lady in the video, I said, once again, shout out to her for being transparent and holding herself accountable. Yeah, she admitted she messed up. She admitted she fumbled that bag. But my question is just always why? Yeah, why does that have to happen? She mentioned his name, Micah Murray. Yeah, why does that have to happen? Why does Micah Murray have to come along and be a solid guy to you? Yep, show you all of these, I'll just call it husbandly qualities, and then you got to fumble them. Yeah, why does that have to be the case? It's like, why do we have to make these, I don't even want to call them mistakes. Why do we have to make these bad choices and then go experience some other things and essentially take on some trauma, some unnecessary trauma? Then after we go through the unnecessary trauma, then we want to spin, as we say, spin the block. Yeah, but now she wants to go back to Micah Murray. Yeah, why does it have to be that way? Why can't we be intentional the first time around? Why can't we see the value in each other the first time around? Yeah, because this is my thing. And I continue to hear this. Because we say things like we got to go through these whole phases before we get to a point where we want to commit and be with somebody. We say we gotta, what's the other way we say it? I want to live my best life. I want to live my best life before I commit to somebody and make it official. Yeah, it's like, why do we take on this mindset that we have to go through all of this trauma before we can have our person and move forward? Yeah, like, why do we got to go through we thought the grass was greener on the other side scenario before we can finally get to our person when your person was right there in your face? Yeah, it's like, why does that always have to be the path? So, yeah, that's always the thing that gets me, is the fact that we got to go through all this nonsense before we can have what we most likely need, instead of just capturing it at that time, securing the moment and moving forward. You want to say something, Joe?
I think I have a theory. And just the only thing that come to my head, because I'm thinking as you asking this question, I'm thinking, yeah, I wanted that. And I was like, boom. It's because that value that's in that person, we don't yet see in ourselves.
Okay, I feel that. Right there. No, that definitely could be valid. Yeah, that definitely could be valid. If you're sitting at a unconfident state or an unsecure state, of course, that's going to bleed into your interactions with other people. So no, I definitely can see that right there. That makes sense, Joe. Shout out to Tiffany Weaver in the building. She said people think the grass is greener on the other side. They think there is more out there. But that's what I'm saying, Tiffany. Why? Yeah, why do we always think that? Why is that always the first thought? Why is it not, I've met this person is hitting my requirements, let me rock with this person and call it a day? Like, why is it always, it might be something a little better, it might be able to get, it's like, why is that always the thought?
Well, I think the thought is that because we haven't been raised to think that way. The first thing we tell our women is don't get married when you're young.
That's true. And then yeah, like what Donovan said, if you pull up Donovan's comment, it's very true.
This one there. Go ahead. You do. Go ahead.
That one there. Yeah, like that's true. You know what was interesting when I first met my husband, it was really interesting. I was someone who dated intentionally. So I didn't really do a lot of dating. Like I didn't waste my time. If I met somebody and I didn't think they were even worth it, I didn't even really entertain it. So when I met my husband, that was the difference. You know, I already knew that this was someone of substance and someone that was, I don't mean to sound funny, but I valued myself. So I knew this was someone who was worth it. He was worth my time. So even though it took me a minute to say, okay, well, because I had been in the mindset of intentionality, I'm like, wait, do I even want to go down this road? So it did take me a minute to figure out if he was that guy. And the people that try to come into your, get into your mind and get into your ear when you're dating someone, and when they can see that you're serious about someone, it's crazy. It's crazy. You have men, women, and children. You know, I actually had one of my brothers, because I'm the only female and I have 4 brothers. And I actually had one of my brothers trying to set me up with another man while I was dating my husband. And we were seriously dating. But this is the kind of foolishness that's happening, because in their mind, oh, you're dating? Oh, well, I know somebody. And I'm like, no, I'm only seeing this one person. I'm being intentional, right? So I don't want to date your best friend's cousin. I don't want to date this person. I don't want to see this person. I don't want to meet this person. I am seriously considering this one man, right? I'm trying to be intentional. Why would you want to put other people in the mix when I'm trying to be intentional? But see, this is how people think. The mindset is, well, no, you have to have all these experiences. Oh, you have to do all these things. Oh, you have to go all these places. And don't you want to know more? I had women tell me, no, girl, you got to sample some more stuff. Wow. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, so y'all basically want me to like be out here spreading it wide, laying it low?
Sisterhood.
You know what I mean? Like, but this is true. When people say that, it is absolutely true. You have to keep people out of your business, out of your relationship, out of your situations if you want them to work. Because all people do, and I'm not saying everybody is doing it intentionally, but they will sabotage you. So when y'all, for real, keep people out your business, because this is what happens.
Let's go to it.
But then I also think that we understand that we're not raised to be a unit. We're raised to be individuals.
Right.
So I think people might mean well, because back in the day, you didn't look at yourself as an individual. You looked at yourself as part of a family and part of a culture. So when you got somebody, you didn't feel like, oh, I have to accomplish these things as an individual so I can be better in a unit. Like I had a cousin who got married very, very young, and he went into the Navy. And we did kind of tell him, don't get married. He didn't come from marriage. His wife came from marriage, but he didn't come from marriage. And he went to the Navy, and and she didn't want to be stationed because she had some things that she wanted to do, and they wind up getting divorced. So I think it's just the culture in the modern day society, whereas we're not raised to be married. We're not raised to think as a unit. We're raised, and so since we understand our children, especially with men too, we're not raised to be ready to be husbands. We're not. So I think that we have to prepare ourselves as well.
So
that's real right there.
Going back to what Miss C has said, look, substance. Before the crack epidemic, most people were honored to have a home, honored to have a car. You couldn't even get dates many of the time unless you were super smooth talking or you had one of those two things. Your percentage level for doing it was not really above 20%. Here come the 1990s. 1990s is the age of the degree. So now here go the great separation. The people who are used to on-the-job training are urinated on now, verbally, culturally, because now the degree class is start to get on the microphone more, saying they're this and they're that. Both genders. So here come the 1999. Oops, party over with. 1999. 1999, here's where it starts to get to Vince's part. All the separation or the gap between those, you must have some type of substance, up until when Vince is talking about, which is the 1999, where it's like, he all right, I'll work with him. She all right, I'll work with her. No, sir. You're driving in the BMW. You met this girl at the bus stop. I mean, I hear that you want to work with her, but let's make sure she understands that she's coming into your substance. And now I'm going to end by saying this. You're established, sir. You're an older lady. You're established with that younger guy. But now, here's where I land. Now here comes the 2007 people just before the housing crisis. Here come these new money people. They wasn't able to say they was really making money before 2007 when they had to have standards and substance. You see how I'm cooking? Can you smell what C-Lay is cooking? You had to have standards and go into what Vince said. But now here you are in 2007. Now here come all these new money opinions. Now all of a sudden you shining. Now you don't like the beard unless it's pristine, lined up every day. You don't like the woman because she got one cellulite mark or one. Now everybody, and lastly, here comes the 2010 anything for sex mentality. Most of y'all ain't really trying to couple up. You're trying to get another human to obey you for a short time and have the option to let them go when you choose. Most of y'all ain't trying to weather through his attitude and help him be better. Most of y'all ain't trying to help this man tie a better double entendre tie. Most of y'all ain't trying to help this woman. Hey, sweetheart, I know you hyped when I met you, but you with me now. Slow that down. Okay? You with me now. You doing it the Price way. So let's be easy, all right? I done said this to you twice. So just chill on out. When I'm out here in public, you represent me. Girl, I can't call you Kawhi. He don't like that. So y'all ain't ready to do that. That's work. What y'all want to say is you ain't doing what I want you to do. Let me get back on Grindr. Let me get back on Tinder. Let me get back on Whoop-de-Whoop app and find me number 4048 and 66. And then once all that's done, sorry for being long-winded, V and Kawhi. And when all that's done, here you are in your 40s, still acting like you're 15, still getting upset with your high school behavior, still never stepped into maturity, didn't have another human being chisel on your heart and make it better. Nah. Now here come the I hate men. I hate women. Now we joining all these circle conversations on how much you hate. But guess what? 60 is coming.
Yeah, that's when it get real right there. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Let me get this comment. Shout out to my guy Winford. He says celebrity is the problem with my generation. Instead of listening to and following people with substance, most want to adopt celebrity standards. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and Winford, just to be honest, that's not just your generation, man. Yeah, that mess was going on in my generation, and I'm sure Vince saw that mess going on when, you know what I'm saying, when he came through it and so forth, and my daddy and everybody else. Yeah, that's been going on. Like I said, we like to idolize the wrong people. Yeah, that's been our downfall for a long time. We like to idolize the wrong people. Yep, and use people for the wrong examples. Let's see. Donovan said, let's see the hookup, high body count. Oops, I need an AB. Need an AB culture. Okay, Donovan, I see you coming with smoke tonight. All right, let me I'm gonna pivot us to another one because I said I see Cole. I think she ready now. So she sent video number 2. So let me
wait. Can y'all hear me before we start?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
You good to go. I was trying to hold this one. I know you sent this, so I was trying to hold this for you. Let me see what you got going on over here.
Question is this. What are your thoughts on leaving a legacy, building generational wealth for you and your family, and how you working towards doing that?
Okay, your name and age and the answer to his question.
My name is Brenda. I'm 36. Very good question. I think it all depends on the man. What's your vision in order for me to be your co-pilot to make that happen? So to answer that question, it's all about communication. I believe in that. It's all about consistency. It's also about, well, some men will think that this may sound intimidating, but having a woman lead sometimes can help a situation to build that generational wealth.
Go ahead and pop one of these ladies' balloons.
I'm sorry, but I don't have to pop this one.
Okay. All right, so why did we end up popping hers?
First off, your answer was amazing. Definitely great. I can definitely tell you're an independent woman, which I definitely love that. I would say on that part with the woman leading, like having both partners leading is definitely a great thing. But I would say when you're dealing with a man like myself, like I'm intentful, purposeful, would you know how to allow me to lead you? Or would it just be a lot of button heads?
No, absolutely. That's why I said if you have a vision, I would definitely be the co-pilot to where we're going.
Got you. So, okay. So, but yeah, I would say just based off that, leading, co-piloting, that's amazing. And I've been in situations where it's like, it's a lot of like arguing back and forth with that, and it's like let's lead in peace. You know what I mean? We're gonna argue in things like this, but that communication part, as long as that's high, I feel like there's nothing we can't get over.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So Mark.
Okay. All right, Cole. So I know you sent that on over. So what you see, what you hear? Let's go on and get into it. Go on, come off. Let's see what you got to say.
So one, she didn't answer the question because
I mean, you're right.
She didn't though. She didn't.
She didn't answer the question. And I didn't really understand where she was going with her answer. But we starting off the fact that she didn't answer the question.
Right.
There you go.
Wait, what was the question again? What was his question again?
No, so he was asking, what is she doing essentially real time as it relates to building or generating generational wealth. So basically real time. You know, and of course she started giving her, it's about communication, it's about this, about that. Like I said, I picked up on something else. I'm gonna be quiet for a second. I picked up on something else that he said that broke it all down. Better yet, I ain't gonna be quiet. Let me go and get on into it. So this is the thing. I know tonight we're talking, you know, women fumble good men. And I'm glad you sent this over, Cole. This is another example of fumbling a possible good man. So this man is asking a question to the young ladies about, you know, what are you doing actively or real time as it relates to generational wealth, or essentially, what are you doing actively for future? And I think the issue is, or the issue that I see is, some ladies today, y'all still feel like fellas is dumb. And this man saw right through old girl. Yeah, one of the main points that he made, even though he was in there capping, talking about that was a great ass and all that garbage, however he said it. But one of the main things that he said that sums it all up is, I can tell that you are an independent woman. Yep, and once he said that, it's a wrap. Yeah, it's a wrap at that point. Yeah, but I think what we have to understand is the guy that a lot of these ladies are saying he's not. I mean, a lot of these ladies are saying that they're looking for. He's not dumb. He's very observant. He pays attention to what people say. He pays attention to body language. He didn't get to this point in his life by not being on point. Yeah, but somehow we keep trying to look past that. Yep, and out of all of the things that the young lady said, my man locked in on one thing. I can tell you are an independent woman. And that right there, that's the cut. She's not getting no further.
What was the tail?
You said what?
I said, what was the tail?
The
Maybe
tail
I
was
missed
her.
it.
The tail was her verbiage. Yep, the tail was her focusing so much on being the co-pilot and what his vision is and all of that. That's the tail. Yes, see, typically if a man of that stature is asking you, basically, what is your perspective on generational wealth and what are you doing currently? He wants to hear what you are doing. Essentially, what he's looking for is for you to say, hey, I'm doing this, or I see this way, or I got this emotion, or whatever. He wants to see where your head is at. But if your first response is, what's your vision? So essentially, your first response is to throw it back on him. He already know you ain't about that work. And see,
look, Scooby, a clue.
Go ahead, you want to say something? Go ahead, Coco.
It's a little contradictory what she said as well. Let me slow down. Because she said in one breath that I want to be your co-pilot, and it really depends on if you have a vision and what your vision is. But then she, in the next breath, says, I'm an independent woman. And I guess to me, go ahead, baby.
No, you got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't make sense to me, because how are you someone who doesn't have an answer because you're more focused on getting on his program and getting into his vision and being his co-pilot, but you're also this independent woman. So if you're an independent woman, then you should have a plan for yourself, because your mind would be going, well, I do want to get married. I do want to have a family, but I do need to make sure I'm good. What if that doesn't happen right now? What if it doesn't happen till later? What if it never happens? I don't know. So you should have some type of plan for yourself, right? This is what he's asking. Are you doing anything? Are you doing anything for yourself to set yourself up, right? I have a vision. As a man, I'm speaking in his position. He has a vision, right? And he can definitely bring you into it. But what are you doing? Because he needs to know, are you going to be a good steward of the resources that he's going to bring to the table? And if you don't even know how to steward your own, then how can he trust that you can steward the ones that he's going to provide, right? So you can't, I don't know. I think sometimes maybe as women, we get confused, right? It's okay to have independence. Nobody is saying you shouldn't have independence, right? You're an adult. You absolutely should have independence. But if you're talking about in the context of a relationship, you need to be interdependent. Because when the two of you come together, you're not operating as one unit. So can you still have some independence in that unit? Absolutely. Should you be independent in that unit? No, that's not the way that works. So it was very contradictory. And I think that any man paying attention and listening would have been able to pick up on that. It really sounded like a lot of word salad.
So when you said what was the tell, the minute she said it depends. You are an adult, and I just asked you how to get to the liquor store in your neighborhood. And you said it depends. So, so here's what would have been a better answer, and then I'll pass it back. Well, I had a lot of thought about this, or I've had some thought about this. I'm actually been reading selective books for my future sons and daughters to really get them pointed toward where they possibly need to be. I've been looking at some math academies to possibly put my children into early to really see, this gets most dudes like, I may not even like how she looked, but that brain is turning me on. That's why, look at Vince. Vince know it's true. Kawhi know it's true.
Oh my God.
You good, Navy man.
I'm telling secrets now. I'm putting diamonds on your carpet. Don't get your foot cut. Most dudes will take a woman that's aight, but you start hearing that brain cell, and you've been looking for a keeper, look her up and down, say, I'll take her. I mean, y'all don't get cut on these diamonds, man. These are not pieces of coal. These are actual diamonds. This is why so many women get mad at some of the pick-me's, because some of the pick-me's are like, you know what? I ain't with all that sisterhood stuff. I'm trying to get somewhere. Oh, yeah, Vince. Actually, I was thinking about the book written by so-and-so, and we were talking about, and I went to this seminar. Jesus, I never thought about that. Tell me some more about that one. I did. Now you peeking his other muscle. He's thrown off a little bit. So when she said it depends, and I'm going to land here, this is when she started doing the lady logic. I'm going to tell this lower class dude what he needs to hear so that he can feel like I'm in his best interest without showing any evidence, and also totally going against what he just asked me, because I don't want him to later on put me on blast for what I said today.
Simple.
This is too much level of the game. I'm going to pass the mic.
No, it's all good. I'm coming back to Cole because I said this is she sent this video over. So Cole, so what you think? What you think about what's being said? What was you thinking on this? You're on mute right now. There you go.
I agree with what was being said. I don't have any disagreements of what was said.
Okay, so this video don't bother you at all?
I don't know how you want me to answer that question.
Come on, Cole. I don't
know how you want me to answer that question. I'm like,
I'm coming for you, Cole.
From what perspective you want me to answer that question?
You tell me.
You tell me. I just know, for me, I mean, I personally don't know if the guy would accept my answer. So that also raises a question.
What's your answer? For real, what would be your answer?
It depends.
No,
don't do that.
Sir. sir.
No, I'm gonna give her a chance. So you got to answer. You got to answer for him, Nicole. What you giving him, Cole? We got to put you. We got to put you on the spot. You sent this video over. You got to tell us what it is.
You didn't say I have to respond to it. You didn't say I have to respond to it. So again, I don't think he would accept my answer because where I am in life, but I would say if he if he asked me how was I guess the question was how am I like what am I doing to build generational wealth? For me, I would first define what that means to me. So I think it would kind of tell what type of guy he is and if he agrees if those aspects of building generational wealth is like the same as mine. So speak your mind, Cole. I can't. I can't. So
You want to go?
I would definitely tell him like what generational wealth means to me. So I would say for me, for one, it means being in a committed relationship, i.e., a marriage, and ideally, at some point having a family. So obviously, that reveals generational wealth to me would mean something of one, being in a committed relationship and also leaving legacy at some point. So hopefully, if he's like intelligent, he would pick up on that.
So to respond to you, Cole, that's not
And
a
then,
bad start. That's no to
right.
respond to you.
That would be the first, yeah, the first part of the
Yeah,
answer, like defining
that's
it.
not a yeah, no, right. That's not a bad start. Just keeping it honest. That's not a bad start. See, typically when folks hear generational wealth, they automatically go to money.
Yeah.
And it's like that's not fully true. See, generational wealth actually starts with a successful, healthy relationship. That's where generational wealth actually starts. And see, most people miss that. So see, a guy who is asking a question like that, that's one of the things that he gonna want to hear. He don't want to just hear you're gonna be the co-pilot. He don't want to just hear. He don't want to hear that because he's gonna be able to see right through that. But see, when you start talking about a relationship and being in a successful marriage and having children and building a family and all of that, see, from there, that is the foundation, being equally, spiritually yoked and all of these things. See, that is the foundation of generational wealth. Then from there, once that structure is in place, then that's when the money and the investments and the wheels and the trust and that's when all of that comes in. But you got to have the solid foundation between man and woman. Then of course in the addition to kids coming along additional, that's where that starts. Yeah, so see, to your point, Cole, and going back to the video, yeah, this is how folks get exposed. Because they don't truly understand what these things are. So then they'll give these fugazi answers and then they easily get sniffed out. Yeah, because they don't even truly understand what it's about. Let's say, because that term right now, I'm gonna put that on the list of hot terms for 2024. Yep, I hear so many people talking about generational wealth, and it's like they don't even have a true understanding of what that even is or how to even get there.
Right.
Yeah, but we throw these terms around, everybody trying to sell you a master class, a course on, on how to build generational wealth. They want to sell you a credit repair to get you to generational wealth and everything else. So that's one of those terms for 2024. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw generational wealth in there with misogynist, with toxic masculinity. I'm gonna go ahead and throw all of them in the same bucket. Yeah, because that's how we treat generational wealth. I was at the point for a minute where I was like, we need to shut up talking about generational wealth. Because folks just throwing that term around and they don't even understand that all of that starts from a healthy relationship, marriage between a man and a woman. That's where all that starts. Yeah, that's not an individual mindset or individualistic concept. Yeah, that is a collaboration concept. Yeah, the only way we're gonna get multiple generations of wealth and growth and productivity is collaborating with each other. You ain't gonna be able to
But
do that as an individual. It's not possible.
isn't that what a co-pilot is? If that collaboration, right? I mean, because you guys seem to be really hung up on her saying co-pilot when that's, to me in my head, that's not what she's saying. When I think about a co-pilot, the co-pilot is not leading the plane. The co-pilot is there to help the person who's in charge of the plane land it safely or catch his blind spots, do other things that he can't do while he's flying the plane. So that's what I think of co-pilot, because that's what a co-pilot is in reality. So I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of, oh, she said co-pilot when before then she did preface and said leader. Now, I'm not saying I agree with everything else she said, but it's just like little details like that. And secondly, um, I like what Cole said. Actually, I love it. That's exactly what a man is looking for, or at least a man who is intelligent, who can pick up on that. I think a lot of guys, when they say generational wealth, we don't know for sure if that's what he was thinking, because that's not the response she gave. So we don't know if he was looking for her to respond in an economical way or in a more holistic way in which a woman can contribute to the overall wealth of the family that is outside of just the economical means, which is something that he can do. If he has that in place with a woman who thinks like Cole thinks, then he's going to be inspired and motivated to create the kind of money. The money is going to follow that. But it's typically much more difficult if he's thinking, oh, does she have businesses? Is she a 7-figure earner? Then I want to see evidence of that. Therefore, I can bring her into, and those relationships you would think they would last because they're both on the same path economically. But because they lack that foundation that Cole spoke of, those aspects that a woman is supposed to bring to the table to sustain that generational wealth, because you can build it and make a lot of money, but will it last the test of time? Will it pass on from your kids to your grandkids? I would be cautious of a woman who says something like that to me as well. The reason why is because a woman who's smart and crafty will listen to what Cole said and say, I'm gonna say that. Next time a man say that, in fact, I'm gonna be the one to say, this is my idea what generational wealth is, and captivate a man who's looking for that answer. So the better thing for him to do is to initially hear it and say, okay, let me test it out. And then observe her actions, see in which ways she is will contribute to building a family or wanting to start a family or build a legacy, and all these other different qualities that she spoke of. Because a woman can be just as smooth talking as a man can be. He can listen to, oh, I'm gonna say that. Oh, I'm gonna use that next time. So I would be cautious about just taking her word. Oh, that sounds so good, and then being blind to the reality of her true character, which could be it could very well be the opposite of what she spoke of.
So I feel what you're saying, Joe, but I think this is the thing. We have to be, as men, we have to be very aware of verbiage. Yeah, verbiage is very important. Yeah, I'm looking at this comment right here, and this is where I'm going with my point. So Navy Man said, "Thank you, Joseph. Co-pilot equals helpmeet." So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Co-pilot definitely does not equal helpmeet. Let me tell you what co-pilot equals. Co-pilot equals partner.
Yep.
That's what that means.
That's it. Ding ding ding
So
ding.
we have to be very aware. So this is how these issues happen.
It means a lot.
Yeah, we can't just assume things.
Yep.
Yeah, we have to have discernment in these situations. When this young lady said co-pilot, she wasn't talking about being no helpmeet. That's why the first thing that came out of her mouth is, what's his vision?
Yep.
She wasn't trying to be no helpmeet. Yeah, she want to be a partner. And Vince has brought this up before. See, we always want to do this partner talk. We don't want to do husband-wife talk. We want to do partner talk. We want to do co-pilot talk. And that's why she chose those words very specifically, a co-pilot. See, she's looking at it from her perspective. She's looking at it as a co-pilot sits right next to the pilot. That's how she's looking at it. Right, as equals. She's not looking at it in order. And that's the difference.
So, but the way I described it, in the way in which I think it helped me, hey, y'all got me on that one. That's good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Because unfortunately, to Kawad's point, many a times we men are not listening for what the other adult actually said. We are trying to fill in the blanks for the adult.
Yeah.
And on the streets, we call that pimping yourself. So if the other adult who has every possibility to say anything that they choose to say, gives you a circular discussion where they don't actually have a pinpoint at all, then allow you to do the talking, you have now successfully pimped yourself. Now, this isn't to you, Jay. This is just in general to what Kawhi said, because adult has to literally be taken for a smart person. They know how they can effectively communicate. We don't have to fill in the blanks for this person. But just like they describe the meaning of words, we have to be careful because a lot of people in our community use phrases that are very vague and have no landing strip at all.
Mm-hmm.
They're just gliding, hoping that you land the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
no, that's real
true.
right there. And to
Women are
just to
very
support.
manipulative.
Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
Quay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Go
Quay.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Women are very manipulative, and I'm speaking about women in general. I'm not speaking for every single woman because I don't know every single woman. But women in general can be very manipulative, and and we know what to say, and we know how to say it. We know what we're trying to say. We know exactly what we're trying to say. If she wanted to say help me, she would have said help meet because she knows what that is. She said co-pilot because she didn't want to say partner, because you know why she didn't want to say partner? Because partner is a red flag word to men. See, when men hear the word partner, bells go off because they already know that, unfortunately, in this day and age, when women say partner and partnership, it doesn't mean the same thing as it used to. Right? So she wasn't going to say partner. She was going to say co-pilot. But this is how we knew she meant partner and not help me. Because then she came back and said, I believe it means letting a woman lead at times.
Oh yeah, she did say that.
That's what I was.
You got to listen to the whole of what a woman is saying. You have to listen to the whole thing so you can collect the context clues. Because basically she exposed herself. She said co-pilot, and that sounds good when you first hear it, right? Like co-pilot. Okay, yeah, we're gonna be doing this together. Then she says, lead. You have to let me lead sometimes. And he heard it because it's like, wait a minute, when you say that though, that sounds like we're gonna be bumping heads. And they absolutely would be, because is she going to know when it's time for her to speak up and give her piece? Because listen, as women, we do have attributes. We do have places where we excel and places where you guys excel as men, right? And that's how we balance each other out. So it is wise for a man to listen to his woman, right? But she also has to have wisdom to know when to speak and when to say, nope, not now, not this time, not this decision, not this conversation. But if she wants to be the one to determine when those times are, where she gets the lead, right? That's a red flag.
Facts.
Hey, y'all dropping. Listen, I'm looking. I told you I'm new to this whole getting married thing, and it's why I come on here. I didn't. That was a blind spot I didn't see. You guys just like, wait a second. Like I said, I didn't agree with everything else you said, but that co-pilot, I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of like, oh, that don't sound too bad.
It was a
But then
catchphrase.
the context.
It was a catchphrase meaning to glaze you and have you land the plane for her.
Yep. No, she was smooth. I said I'll give her that. She was smooth. So somebody dropped the question. A Navy man dropped the question.
Yeah,
So
I'm like, what?
Curious if Cole agrees. Cole, how you feeling on this, Cole?
What part?
I guess in general.
Do you agree with our assessment of what she said?
Yeah. So I was gonna say, when you all explain the meaning of co-pilot, well, one, I immediately thought of like literally in that second, I was like, okay, when people have said that, I think of like being a co-pilot in a plane, and I'm like, okay, now I could clearly understand how that could be meaning a partner. So when that was said, I was like, okay, well then in that case, what the lady said in her view, she absolutely explained what she meant, which was not being a, I guess, a person that would be supportive, but more so a person that does want to lead.
Right.
Not helping him be the best leader he can be, but them sharing terms, which I guess I gave her a little bit of benefit of the doubt, and I know better not to do it, and I still slip up every once in a while, and that was just a little bit, and I was like,
I
damn.
mean, but the thing is, think about it. Where are you hearing these terms from? Is it people around your age? I guess you wouldn't know like the true definition, obviously, unless somebody clearly older than you defined it.
Yeah, and I
That's
mean, and I
fair.
think,
That's true.
yeah, and that's the importance of the conversations. So this is typically, and I said, I know tonight we're talking, women fumble good men, but we also seeing that some men are fumbling some good women out here as well. But um, this is how this happens. Yeah, we go into these situations and we're not really paying attention or not really discerning what people are communicating to us. Yeah, because there's verbal communication, there's body language communication. When we're not really discerning what's being said or what's communicated, right? So we go into these situations and then we wonder why they don't last or they don't work. Yeah, we go into these situations and it just becomes purely sexual, but there's no other substance or no real growth or no real commitment. And we wonder why these things go that way. It's because we're missing these signs, we're missing these flags, because we're not really catching what people are saying. We just making assumptions, or we just trying to interpret. That's another thing we do. We try to interpret what people are saying versus just taking exactly what they said. Yep. And see, when you start actually absorbing what people are communicating verbally and physically, it can prevent a lot of these situations that we find ourselves in. And then I want to circle back and touch on something that Joe said. And I'm gonna come right back to you, Cole. Joe made a point earlier about, what I'm saying, somebody hearing this information or young ladies hearing this information and essentially being able to leverage it and use it. And Joe, to your point, that's going on right now. Yep, I've seen some of these dating shows out here, that come on social media. And guys will be asking these young ladies, and I know we hate this question, but guys will be asking these ladies, saying, what you bring into the situation, what you bring to the, AKA what you bring to the table. And one of the first two things that come out of these young ladies' mouths now is, I cook and I clean. And you be like, oh, okay, you done finally figured it out. So guys have been saying that they looking for a young lady who cooks and cleans. So now this is the first thing that come out your mouth. But see, the thing is if you watch the young lady's body language, you can tell she don't really cook and clean. She's just saying that because she knows that that's two of the things that guys always ask about. So to your point, Joe, that is happening. But once again, as the man, you got to be able to understand, no, that's not really you. You just trying to tell me what I want to hear to try to get you past first base, but it's not actually genuine.
That's so complicated. You know what? I think, damn, like even with the experience I have, I'm like, with one, I'm still like, damn, that is crafty, and I didn't even think that. So I'm at a point where it's like maybe I should just rely on God to help me pick the right woman for me, as opposed to me trying to do this dating show stuff and showing up. Because then you have to play. It's like you're playing tug of war, and you're having to do what that man did, which was, I got to give him credit because he spotted it towards the end. He was like, wait, 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 wait. But most men would not have caught it the way he did, because I didn't even catch it quite that quickly. But he did it on the spot. It would take me probably like a couple of minutes, maybe a day. Like, wait a second. Like, but he caught it immediately. But it's the mental energy it takes to sit there and have to decipher what these women really mean by co-pilot, what they really mean by, I want to cook and clean, and you have to look at body. It's like, if I'm learning that if God is in the picture, then those relationships tend to work out a lot better Not that we should turn off our mental faculties and our ability to look for red flags, but you have to, it seems like you have to do a lot less of it if God is involved in the picking of your particular mate, as opposed to you trying to go through this checklist of things to look for, what not to look for. It's very, very mentally draining, at least
Okay.
for both sides.
I feel
Is
you. I
that a fair
feel you.
assessment?
Yeah, I feel you, man. JR, I saw you come off, man. You want to say something, man?
Yeah, just to go off Joe's point, saying that like obviously, you know, not able to see it straight away or whatever it is. But I've said it previously on the show that women want to control the controller, and somebody put the comment in there about women not wanting to take or lead the kids or the home, wherever it is, but the sole purpose is to lead a man, and she showed it. Like you said, the man has to land the plane. That's his responsibility. But I want to lead when I feel like I need to. That's her wanting the authority. So can somebody please just answer to me how it's supposed to work if that is their mindset? Because I would like to think that if we're talking about social media, it's the majority, that's their mindset. Now, in real life, let's ask ourselves the real question. Is that the majority in real life with that mindset, or the minority?
Well, they want to lead. They
Go
want.
ahead, Coco. I know you want to grab that. Go ahead.
I want to comment on that. I mean, it's a valid question. You know what I would say to this? I know people are going to say that's completely and totally unrelated, but I'm going to use it as an example because it's the most relevant one I have. We were just talking about this past election. And if we were to believe social media, then we would have believed that all Black men hated women and hated the idea of having a Black female president, and that all Black men was turning on Black women and we're going to vote for Trump. And, only because they were misogynist and hated the idea of having a Black woman president. But then reality happened. And we see the stats and we see that actually 80% of Black men voted for the Black, that's debatable, woman, and voted with Black women, not against Black women. But social media, if you only believe social media, would have had you thinking something completely different. I think that Mr. Research is right. Sometimes you got to go outside and touch grass. And if you can't afford to get on a flight and touch somebody else's grass, go outside and touch yours. Turn off the computer, log off. Because yes, do we have a great part of the population that are buying in the hype? Sure. But there is still as you can see, substantial number of us who don't. We just aren't living our lives on social media. So you can't tell, you don't know. Because those aren't the people that are living out their entire lives. They're not getting on every day telling you where they go, what they do, who they dating, crying in their Cheerios. They're not telling you who they voting for. They don't come on social media and live their lives on social media. Right? The women that you're looking for, the ones that you really want, they're not coming on social media every other day talking about Black men this, Black men that. They're not coming on social media showing they behind. They don't got half naked pics on Instagram. They're not living their lives like that on social media. They're not.
Yeah,
so don't believe the narrative is what I'm saying. Are there women like that? Absolutely. Of course there are. But there's a lot of us who aren't that. And so I'm just saying, don't allow yourself to kind of be fed a narrative and then you just kind of accept it, right? I would say that you guys still have a chance. And the tips that and the wisdom that is being shared when we have conversations like this, to really truly take it to heart, process it, and then see how it fits your scenario, right? Because everybody's life is different, but see how it fits your scenario, and is it something you can use? Because actually there are still intentional women out here. There are women out here that are not sleeping around. There are women out here that's not just out for a dude's money. There are women out here that actually want to be a helpmeet. They're not trying to be a partner. They are out here, right? Like, they might not be on Tinder, and they definitely ain't on Kendra G Singles, and they not on IG showing they behind. So wipe all of that out.
That's real.
That'd be a good place to start. None of those places.
Men have to go live like kings. You can't just live like males. You have to live like kings. I am not mad at women, but I've had women betray me. I'm not mad. That was a loophole in my game. You exploited me. I laughed at it and kept it moving. I had to pay out 50 grand for a lie. 50 grand. Most of you dudes ain't paid out no money like that over a lie. Guess what? Who did I blame? Not her. I blamed my loophole in my own pimp game. I played myself. I didn't realize the game was like that. They dropped another thing in the Senate. I didn't know. It ended up working against me. What the heck? But guess what? I wasn't ready. There are great women out here, gentlemen, but they are the 1/3. They are your librarians. They're your girls with the little pimples that you don't like. Some of them are the chubby girls. Some of them are the girls with a great shape, but them legs look like, You dudes have to be great developers of women. You dudes got to look at women for their sincerity. Let me get you some Mr. Research real quick, and I'll pass the mic. If I'm loyal to her and she lose both of her breasts, that woman will never tell you that I don't make her sound beautiful every day of her life, breast missing or not. How many of you dudes had that talent? If that woman was to go hit a wheelchair 5 years later and we can't do sex, I am willing with my high sex drive to turn that off for this chick. Oh, you capping, Mr. Research? No, that's my level of the game, because I've done everything I've done in my 20s. I'm not still searching for a sex robot. I've done that already. So I need loyalty at this point. I need stability. I need honor. Wait a minute. I think I'm hitting. I think Vince is over there finna shed a tear. You okay, Vince?
Oh my God!
Look, I'm being for real, man. I'm like, when you get to a level as a king, and you're no longer just part of the men category, you have to look at women beyond just beauty, man. Will this woman be with me if this penis stopped working? Oh, wait a minute. I'm too truthful. Will this woman be with me if this penis stopped working? I work in medical. Some of you 10-inch dudes cannot rely on your pipe. Some of y'all at 30 are coming into the urologist. Stop playing with me. Will this chick be loyal? And I'm going to end right here. I was working at Emory. 2 black men touched my heart so much, I said I'm going to write a book or do a movie about these 2 dudes. This woman had got some type of thyroid gland mutation. She was so big she couldn't fit in a wheelchair. She was in rehab. Every time they had to take her out, she was in a gurney. This guy was at this hospital every weekend without fail. Rain, snowstorm, walked in the snowstorm because the bus wasn't running to make sure this woman saw his face. I said to that patient, I said, man, your husband is loyal. She said, yeah, I told him he don't have to come. I told this man, yeah, man, I told your wife, man, I'm so proud to see you come. He said, brother, let me tell you, that woman went against her family for me. I will never leave her side. That thing almost made me cry. This dude, stop, big burly 6'4" brother. Man, that one, she went against her family for me. I'd never leave her side. How many black women get to hear that?
It's real.
Now, and then the second brother, the skinny brother, looking like Weird Al Yankovic, like a black Weird Al Yankovic. He had the same situation. He could have took his wife money. He could have dipped. That man sold the family house to pay for her medical bills and kept catching the bus. This is a black man with a black wife. Some of y'all will never get that type of love. This is why I come to this show.
Appreciate that right there, Mr. Research. You know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm going to segue us into, I said, I got a little curveball before we get out of here. But it's touching the kind on what you want to say something, Cole? Go ahead.
Wait, before you move on to the next video.
Go ahead, I got you.
So to your point about like, men need to pay attention to what women say. So statement and a question. To the second video, to the actual question that he asked, if I'm being honest, because he obviously would ask the question on the spot, I would definitely tell him, like, I'm not there yet, but in relation to the family aspect, yes, I do cook. And I think I would have to give him an example. And I'd probably say something like, for example, I'm in the grocery store every weekend. Meal prep be done every weekend. That's how I spend my time. I think about obviously healthy eating, because if I'm thinking of legacy, I need to be in the best shape and health possible. I don't think, like you said, if women just saying whatever because they know how to be crafty, I think at that point, his answer would deserve an example to know that, what I'm saying is honest.
I got you.
I think he need to slide in his DMs. That's what I think.
Stop it.
Ain't no DM slide. We ain't sliding no DMs.
Stop.
Go ahead.
Now, question is to the guys: is that an I can't, ma'am.
She watching you. She watching you. No, we listening. Go ahead.
I can't. So, based on what I said, is that an acceptable answer?
So, to be honest with you, from my perspective, I think that is an acceptable answer. Now, the reason I'm going to say that is because first of all, that's going to depend on every guy. Yep, and what he's looking for, right? So this is why we see examples of guys getting with girls that work at McDonald's. Yep, and making her a wife and beginning a family and going forward, because she has represented to him that she's in the right mindset. Because see, the key is the mindset. Yep, guys can hear mindset, especially if they're listening to what you're saying. They can hear mindset, right? So based on what you're saying, a guy may hear that and he'd be like, you know what? So essentially, this young lady is a work in progress. I can work with that because, see, I can give her A, B, and C, and then she's going to be ready to roll. Yeah, she already saying she meal prepping. She already saying she, trying to get healthy and get her body together. And I can work with her. She got a good attitude. Saying she don't be on no stanky stuff, acting funny and all that. You know what? She always nice when I come around. I can work with her. So see, that's going to depend on the guy and what essentially his ultimate goal is. So that answer could work. It just depends on where that guy is, at in that situation. And then, like I said, at the end of the day, it's another thing that I want to say that I'm not sure that a lot of ladies understand. A guy appreciates a genuine woman. Man, if you can just keep it a whole buck, I see Vince. I see Vince know what I'm talking about. If you can keep it a whole buck and be transparent and lay your nonsense on the table up front, so this guy know what he walking into, and that's giving him the position or the space to be like, you know what, let me weigh my odds, see what I'm dealing with, see if I can work with it. And he make a decision and say, you know what, I can see the value. Let me go ahead and scoop this one up, and we're gonna go ahead and make this happen. Yeah, dude's gonna latch onto that any day. Yeah, that's valuable today, because going back to something that Joe said earlier, we've made this game very complicated. Yep, it's very gray now. It's all up in the air. You don't know what you're getting this time. You don't know what you're getting. You don't know if this girl trying to finesse you. You know if she being honest with you. We've injected all of these things into the situation. So when a guy can come across a genuine, transparent, honest woman who just like, hey, this is where I'm at. I'm trying to get to where I think you're trying to go, but I'm just not there yet. I need some help getting here, getting that. The guy might be like, you know what? I can work with that. Yeah, you're a little cutie. I see you trying to get some things together, but you just need a little guidance, a little support, a little help. I got you. Let's go ahead and make that happen. Yeah, dude gonna grab that up any day. You want to say something, Joe?
Yeah, real quick, just to add to what you said. Cole was wondering, is that a good answer? Is that an acceptable answer? For me, I think it's for me, her first answer was the best because it was just, I don't think she had time to think about it so much. Whereas the second one is kind of like, let me think about it harder. And it was a decent answer, but it wasn't a fire answer where you kind of struggle to get it out and it's like, oh, I don't know if I should say. It's like, actually, that's exactly it. That was it. And secondly, as to I think women are perplexed as to why men of means would choose a woman who works at McDonald's or would even go across the country for a woman who doesn't have anywhere near the kind of wealth that American men would have. Because you can put a woman in a nice home, you can put her in nice clothes, you can give her a lifestyle, but what you can't buy from a woman is her character. You can buy her looks, you can buy the makeup, you can buy all these other things. That's easy to get relative to who she has to be. For him to feel like he found something special. Um, and it's not about the money because you can just go out there and make it. There's a lot of ways to make money, but there's not a lot of ways you can make a great woman and a great wife and a great mother. Not a lot of ways to do it. So that's why they would go for a woman who like, why would you go for something like that? Why would you? It's because that's not the money. We got that. We're looking for something else, something intrinsic within her. It's something that's $1 million worth of something within her, her character, her spirit, her soul, her heart. And that's something we can just kind of see into. And then it's like, oh, that's it. It can just be one little act. Oh, she did something for this dog, or she did this act of kindness. She's sleeping on a bed that basically doesn't have a bed spring to it, but she's on the floor. But yeah, that can be changed. But she got something here that I would want to go to the hospital every single day through the rain, through the hail, through the sleet, through the snow, if she's incapacitated in any way to go see her because she has that something that I saw 20, 30, 40 years ago. And that's how you
Yeah.
get that's why a man would choose a woman like that, which is to what Soleil was speaking of.
Yeah, no, at the end of the day, to sum it up, we're looking for those intangibles. Yep, those intangible things that a woman with the right mindset can offer. Yep, and to a man who is on his purpose and on his, on his path, that's invaluable. See, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for those intangibles. And like I said, we can hear those things, especially if we're paying attention to what young ladies are saying. Let me get these comments and we'll come back to the panel. Let's see. Navy Man 4 says, something tells me there's a personal story to what Quay is saying right now. No, it's not a personal story, man. So at the end of the day, Navy Man, we are here to have the conversations to change our trajectory as a people, right? So we want to talk these things through so that we can affect our mindsets. Yeah, at the end of the day, most of us want the same things. You know what I'm saying? We want successful relationships. We want families. We want to get along with the opposite sex. You know, we want to collaborate. But there's so many things that are thrown in the middle of that. Yeah, that's hindering that progress. Yeah, this pee in the dating pool that we talk about out here. That's it. There's so many things wrapped up in there. There's lack of discernment. There's not really listening to what people are communicating. There's, trying to interpret what they're communicating versus what they're saying directly. So yeah, we try to have these conversations, man, and drop these gems, throughout the conversation, to provide some solution and some different ways of thinking and looking at things. So yeah, it's no secret backstories. Like I said, I'm just trying to, add some value to the conversation to help, get us to a better place. He also said what Price is saying, I'd love a show about the subject of transparency. You know what? I'm gonna note that. Yeah, I'm gonna note that right there. Let's see, that's another thing about this platform. We run from no topics. So we will talk about anything on this show. I don't care if it's elections. I don't care if it's what's going on in the streets. I don't care if it's infidelity. I don't care. Yeah, we're going to have a conversation because, as I said, if us talking through it and providing some gems solutions to it is going to help us get to a better spot, that's why we're here. So, yeah, we run from no conversations. Elections, it don't matter. We're going to have a conversation. All right, Cole, I'm parlay us to this last one. You gonna say something, Mr. Research, and I'm gonna drop us on this last one, and we go on, man.
Yeah, very, very quick. I think that a lot of times we have to understand that. Well, I'll just speak for me, and whatever you get out of it. I understand that Lilith did not want to cooperate. Eve was willing to self-check. You cannot keep holding conversations with Lilith. You have to get with a lady that's willing to self-analyze and self-correct. I think too many times gentlemen are trying to get Lilith to behave honorably. Lilith has made her choice. And now, as a true king, you can't fall into the blame. I blame Lilith. Look at how Lilith's moving. No, sir. Operate with the person that's willing to operate with you. And I'm not mad at women. I tell all of my female friends, the day I get somebody cool, I'm dropping all this. The day you get somebody cool, it's not a problem. I ain't even gonna make eye contact with you on the streets. It's not a problem. But some gentlemen, you're still trying to convince some ladies to operate a certain way. No, sir. Get on Greyhound for that $6.99 special. Go to Missouri for the weekend. Meet some new people. 3 weeks later, use that money to get on another little $100 round trip flight and go somewhere. We gotta stop convincing 304s to change. Please 304, you're so beautiful. Please change. Oh my God, I want to make you a wholesome woman. No, sir. Girl number 67, she's willing to work with you. And I land.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. We've said that before on the show. I know, well, I'm not gonna say we. I've said that on the show before. Everybody is not gonna make it. If everybody is not ready, everybody is not ready to change their mindset. Everybody is just not gonna make it. And that's the reality of it. So, you try to get to the folks who are ready for change. You try to get to the folks who want to see something different. You try to get to the folks who want to come out of the insanity mindset. And that's what you work with. But yeah, everybody's not gonna make it. But let me drop this last one and then we go. I think this one is interesting and funny at the same time. just some little funny stuff right there. So let me
that's it. That's pretty much it.
Let me come to my guy Vince. He been quiet. Let me come to my guy Vince. So Vince, so we got the couple right here. They still love each other, but clearly they pissed off with each other. How do we get back to this? Does this still exist? Can we still work together even though we pissed off? Can we still have each other back like we used to? What you think about this, Vince? Let me come to you on this. What you think about this?
I definitely think it can happen, but you have to have an understanding. You have to have a level of respect, and you have to have a level, especially in a marriage. You have to understand that we're not going anywhere. Divorce is not an option. And because I have issue with you, it does not change my responsibility. Yeah, I mean, Remy has been mad at me, but I still get a hot plate. I told y'all I don't know how to wash clothes.
I feel you.
I mean, but that's just the type of woman that I have because she's just that way. She's a natural nurturer. She's a natural homemaker. You know, I'm not gonna not pay a car note just because she's upset at me. I'm a natural provider. I'm a natural protector, and I think that's why for me and her, that's why it's easy because we're naturally who each other needs. So I think when you have that setup, it's easier because it's just natural. It's not something that you're forced to do.
That's real. That's real. Okay, now I appreciate that right there. Yeah, like I said, I saw this video and I was like, yeah, this is a nice little curveball. Sometimes I wonder, do we still want that? Yeah, what we just saw in the video, you know, we say we looking for this person. You know, that's we love to say that. I'm looking for my person. But it's like, okay, so you found your person, but yeah, your person done pissed you off. Yeah, but is you still willing to look out for your person, even though you pissed off? Yes, you know, like the young lady in the video, is you still willing to get my man clean and smooth before he step out the door? You know, shoot him a little hot 200 on Cash App. Are you still willing to do that? Even though this person done pissed you off? Do we really want this other person that we say we want? Or is we just out here capping? So yeah, I think the video is spot on, but I think we also got to be honest with ourselves on what we really want and what we're willing to do to get what we really want. Let me get this comment. See, Tiffany said, LOL, it's like that. And I'm only 2 years in and I got a lifetime to go. Yeah, Tipsy, you just getting it popping. Yeah, you just getting it popping right now. But like I said, sometimes at the end of the day, if you in a marriage, you already know somebody gonna piss you off. Somebody gonna do some nonsense, but it's like that don't stop the show. Like Vince said, so you still gotta get some dinner. If Cardinal still got to get paid, that don't change nothing. Yep. Go ahead, Chloe. You want to say something?
Yeah, let me add another element to this. Another reason why, and maybe this might be unpopular opinion, and maybe some women might find it difficult, but don't send that man out the house mad at you without you reminding him that you know your role though, and that he can still depend on you, and that you still holding it down. Don't send him out there like that. Don't send him out there like that, because work wifey is ready for him, is waiting for him when he get in the door. Okay. The Amazon delivery driver with her tight uniform. Okay. The mail lady. The lady serving up the chicken bowl at Chipotle on his lunch. He go there twice. He goes on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes he might double back on Fridays.
What?
They all waiting for him. Don't send that man out the door.
Why you saying what? She right.
You remind him. What's that called?
Yeah, I was saying I agree. I'm like, wait, what you mean? I just like look.
Don't
first try be lined up. They're like, oh, you upset? Can I? No.
What she do?
Not right.
What she do?
No.
I wouldn't do that to you.
No.
I wouldn't do. She sent you out the house like that. She ain't even iron your clothes.
Right. Look. Quay.
What she do?
That's how they be. They be lined up.
You better not
They
send
be
that man
lined
out
up.
that house. You better not send that man out that house without reminding him who you be.
I was about to say I have to look. I need to
Y'all can
make it a
play
little
games if
fun
y'all
and have
want
some
to.
joke. Right, I can make a little joke about it, but I'm like, so then they're gonna be, on the stove when you get back. Like I gotta have a little fun with it. I can't be.
Wait a minute,
want
Cole. Don't you be on
What?
here talking
What you
about
want for
dinner
dinner?
gonna be ready. What you talking about? What?
I'm
What you
like, so
want for dinner?
your
Wait,
clothes is already ready for you. Look,
wait.
mm-mm.
Let
What?
me go ahead and tackle this real quick.
Oh
I
Lord.
might need Vince to back me up. Why y'all swear? Why y'all swear some lady always trying to snatch your man's up? Why
They
y'all swear?
do.
Because we ladies.
Right.
Why you mad at him then? So this ain't got to be happening.
No,
What's
we can
up?
be mad, but we still gotta handle business.
Yeah.
Vince, you hear this, man? See that?
It's a mess out here.
She had to stand on business. I get you,
Okay,
Cole. I get you.
period.
Gotta stand on
Look,
business.
he my man. I'm gonna stick beside him.
You know what? I can't do this with y'all. Let's see. Tiffany Weaver said, "Preach, Coco." Tiffany, now don't you be
There
co-signing
you
with
go,
this,
Tiff.
Tiffany. Tiffany, don't you be co-signing with this.
We
Is you
gonna
gonna
stick
have his
beside
dinner
him.
ready when he come home, Tiffany? Drop a comment. Let me know what it is.
And a drink.
Oh, y'all doing it like that?
What's your favorite drink? Let's go.
Well, we like a little dark. You know what it is. I mean, what?
I got it.
All right, we're gonna have to shut this show down. I see this about to get serious. Let me go and shut the. Let me take some closing statements. And we're gonna get on up out of here. I'm coming across the top. I'm going to the
Look,
bottom, and we gone. Go
Chloe,
ahead, Cole.
I'm hitting them with the stew. So you already know what
Okay,
it
I
is.
know, girl.
You
I know that
know what it
stew.
is.
I know what you be doing with that stew.
You already know what it is.
I heard about
y'all,
that stew, girl.
y'all not about to get on here tag teaming like this. All right, I gotta get us up out of here. It's almost 11 o'clock up here. Let me go across top and the bottom, and we gone. Coco, you got anything you want to say in closing before we get out of here?
You know what? I mean, I don't know. I think we laid everything on the table tonight. I think this was a awesome conversation. Shout out to this panel. This was an all-star panel. Everybody's perspective was appreciated, and I agree. Like and Navy Man in the comments hold it down for us on YouTube. Another valuable. See, our subscribers are like family. Y'all are our co-hosts. We appreciate y'all. Keep the conversation going. We need these kinds of conversations. We need these kinds of conversations because we're not here just trying to. We want y'all to be entertained. We want you to have a good time, but we also want to share wisdom and knowledge. We want to grow. We trying to repair some of the damage that's been done in our community. We trying to change mindsets. We trying to open minds and soften hearts. So that's really what this is about. So I think this was a good conversation. I feel like we did that today. And do women fumble good men? Yes. But men also fumble good women. And I think at the core of this is we are all still learning. Not all of us came from situations and scenarios where it's automatic, where it's natural. So I think that, there does need to be some grace, but the grace needs to come from both sides. Like we both need a little bit of patience, a little bit of grace. And I think that we need to get back to understanding that if we really want quality, then we have to be quality. And I think that's where I'll land.
That's facts. No, I appreciate that closeout right there. Vince, man, you want to say anything before we get out of here, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to that question you asked me.
Go ahead.
So, what do we need to do? I think we're at a broken place, man. As a black community, as black men and black women, we're at a broken place. Because as we can see, it wasn't the black man that swayed this presidency. She got mollywopped.
Yeah.
She got mollywopped. So, but we still hear our men don't care about us. Our men, your mothers and I don't know, man, because it's like we are two separate races. It's the black man and the black woman. They don't even speak of us as one. is what you're gonna do for the black man. Well, what you do for the black woman, you're gonna do for the black man. What you're gonna do for the black man, you're gonna do for the black woman. But that's not even looked at that in our culture. Now, I didn't hear, and I listened to a CNN, MSNBC. I didn't hear one Latin woman talking about her man didn't stand behind her and vote for a woman of color. Not one.
Nope.
I didn't hear no white woman say, our white men are misogynists and they can't handle a woman being president. Not one.
No, not at all.
So I really think, and I think that we're going to have to do like the children of Israel, man. They're going to have to die out. And hopefully we get a better crop that's coming up. Because it's so embedded in the mindset of our women to distrust us, to think that we don't have their best interest. And the sister code is real. They can't even say, you know what? Well, maybe we had it wrong. Maybe the men that we want to be these leaders, right? Y'all want men to lead. Y'all want men to take care of everything. So we naturally go vote our pocketbook. And you can't tell me everything is higher now. It's insane.
Right.
So all the other stuff we might not care about because our responsibility is to lead. We could, women could say, well, maybe we had it wrong. I haven't heard one. So it's discouraging. It's very discouraging and very disheartening. Because, especially for men of my generation, maybe the 60 and under, we love our women. Our women raised us predominantly because a lot of our fathers were not there. They just keep it 100. So it kind of broke my heart for a woman to even think that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it is a small percentage of men that are misogynists, but that's any man. That's any race. That's any culture. And I think it's less with black men than any other culture. So, to get to your point, I don't know what we can do.
Yeah,
I think that we got to choose our tribe and roll with them and forget about everybody else.
Yeah, so there's some validity to what you're saying there, Vince. I mean, once again, going back to, everybody is not gonna make it. Everybody's not ready. Everybody's not in the right mindset. But I think the other thing is that's playing in there as well is folks will take the shots at the people that are closest to them. Yep, at the end of the day, we've got the stats. I've seen the stats circulating around. It was not black men that lost the election for Kamala, even though that was what was being pushed. If you look at the stats, black men and black women was right there together at the highest percentage. But you had your Caucasians and you had your Latinos who helped sway that thing and move it in the direction that, that it moved in, and thus Kamala ended up losing. Yeah, but we're living in a situation where we don't really understand or don't want to understand what is happening. If we have a situation where, some of our ladies feel like, let me just be honest, some of our ladies feel like they're better than their men. Yeah, but the problem with that is they're basing that on material things. Yeah, it's not based on roles. It's not based on positions. It's not based on family. It's not based on any of that. Most of it is based on salary and education. Yeah, we have situations where some of our ladies are looking at their salaries, looking at their titles, looking at their education, and saying that I am thus now better than my black man. Yep, and that is skewed thinking. Yep, and that pits us against each other. Yeah, we've said many times on this show that that's not even a consideration. When a black man is looking for his woman, that is not even at the top of the chart. Your money, your education, that's not even there. We are looking for those intangibles that you bring, not your tangibles. We'll figure out the money. Yeah, Joe said it earlier. The money we'll figure that out. The money gonna come. We'll get that part. Yeah, but we're looking for those intangibles. Yeah, but what we're dealing with right now is, you know what I'm saying, some of our ladies are taking those tangible things, their salary and their education, they're literally lording that over black men's head and now saying you are beneath me. Yep. So when these situations like this election come along, they're now looking at this black man as essentially you are the problem. Yep. And that's not the case. Yeah. We've never been each other's enemies. Never. Yeah. We haven't been able to lord no power over our women and restrict our women from doing anything. That's never been the case. Yeah. But if anything, we've both been restricted. Yeah. So the fact that we are now today going at each other because of the way that an election went, that's crazy work. Yeah, the fact that we are going at each other just based off of salary and education, that's crazy work. If our strength has always been in numbers, so I'm not sure why we feel like we're so much stronger now that we individuals. Yeah, that don't make sense. But I don't want to go off on a tangent. I know we got to get to these closing. Let me come over to Cole. Cole, it's on you. What you want to say before we get out of here?
Regarding the question, does women fumble men? Yes, but as Chloe said, we do fumble each other. How can we change that? I would say if on both sides we lead with transparency, purpose, and love.
Facts. That's real. Okay. No, I appreciate that, Cole. I appreciate that. So you got your glass over there. I appreciate that. Mr. Research. It's on you, man. You want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, this is going to hurt a little bit. I promise I'll keep it short. 2007, the Great Separation happened. A lot of matriarch males started separating from patriarch males. It's not a disrespect. It's just people who put a lot of women first mentality start separating from a lot of dudes who were like, no, my son come first. And we're starting to see more and more of it. Later on, the I serve a women guys started separating from his own son, who starts saying drizzle, drizzle. Let me say it one more time. The I put women first guys start separating from his own son. And his own son starts saying drizzle, drizzle. What is she doing for me? Now I turn to Chloe. The image of the black woman leading is failing publicly. I don't want it to happen. Mayor, the black mayor, the black judge, all these ladies getting caught up in stuff on the image is getting bad, Miss Chloe. And who does she have left to defend her? A few of the brothers. Because like I said, some of them separated. Some of them started doubting. So I don't say this to be mean, but I want people to think about it. Who's left to protect the mouthy black woman? Who's left to protect the overly opinionated lady who wants to talk her ish? The hood dude can't protect him no more. He's in New York getting stuck on RICO charges. Even if he beats it like a young thug, he can't come back to Georgia. The hood dude can't even protect the overly opinionated lady. So guess what? A lot of ladies are like, I need to get somewhere. Time is ticking. I think I'm going to have to deal with Potbelly over there. I think I'm going to have to go against the sisterhood and deal with, old Snaggletooth and just help him get right. Point him to a better dentist. These are not, if y'all really want love out there listening to this show, it's not about 100%. It's not about what you want. It's about who likes you under pressure. Who's down with you? And a lot of y'all are about to go into this 4 years of super mayonnaise patriarchy. You are not going to have a lot of protectors. Not no more. Not no more. So you better go get somewhere and snuggle up. This is real talk. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry for being long, but y'all gotta understand, and I'm pleading with you. If you really want love, you gotta stop lying to yourself that it's gonna be all right next month. 6 months later, these policies are finna roll in here like Thundercats. Thundercats. Oh, they are about to lay some of y'all out. And if you ain't cuddled up with somebody and they start raising that rent in 2027, you're gonna find yourself on OnlyFans as a man. As a man. Selling pussy. Y'all better stop playing. Go get somewhere before this mayonnaise patriarchy has y'all out here twisted. Y'all laughing, but you know what I'm saying is a possibility. Stop playing. Go couple up. I'm trying to tell you.
No, that's real. Appreciate that closeout, Miss Risha. No, that's real right there, man. Yeah, people got to stop playing. You right on about that. Joe, it's on you. You want to say something before we get out of here, man?
And I like Mr. Researcher's commentary. It's very colorful. Uh, yeah. What was I going to say? Well, to your point, Quay, about women wanting to be men in the sense that they think it's about the titles and the salary and the education. These are all external things, external representations of what just one part of what being a man is. But I don't know, I guess they fail to realize that the number one thing that every woman must have if they want to be a man is first you have to be able to produce sperm. Yeah, that's the differentiation. That's the differing factor between a man and a woman. We all start off as girls, and then sperm is what turns us is what makes us a man. That's it. That's it. That's the number one thing. You don't got it, then this you can never be what you think you can achieve by having all these external things. That's just a result, a consequence of doing masculine things. So you can imitate one. You can put on some makeup and I look like a man, I talk like a man, I act like a, but you can never be a man. So I think that for some reason that penis envy is a big issue with women. But I guess that's just as old as Adam and Eve, right? Want to be want to be us. Want to be number one, want to be the leader, and but without the accountability or responsibility that follows suit with that, and the stress that comes with it at times. So, secondly, my theory as to why black women were upset about black men not voting in there for Kamala Harris is because they probably figure, at least if I was them, hey, we voted for your Obama. He was a black man. Why can't you vote for our Kamala, a black woman? And so perhaps there's a feeling of betrayal there. But the thing is that black women voted for Obama not because he was a black man, but because Obama had policies and things that he had in place that would benefit black women, even more so than black men. So we voted on identity politics in a lot of cases because he was a black man. But you voted for Obama not because he was doing us a favor, but because it had something in it for you. So in my opinion, I think black women were a little smarter in voting for Obama because they gained more from him being a president than we did as black men having voted for him. But I think a lot of men who voted for Obama who look at Kamala and say, "Wait, this is just another one of the same. She just has breasts and a vagina. That's the only difference." So yeah, we're not going to fall for that one again. And then it becomes like, wait, what we voted for? So I think that's part of it. That and also just that sense of control, wanting to dominate, man, and that I'm in charge, that mammy type of energy. Who are you to step out of line? From we've been there for BLM, Black Lives Matter. Remember that? We was the ones that, yeah, but y'all also, there was also a woman in charge who stole a lot of money and basically swindled a lot of money from people who were pouring it. So yeah, no, we're not going to go there because it's this I scratch your back, you scratch mine. But what about the family? So if I'm voting for anything, I vote on policy that's going to benefit my future family, not just myself and my own self interest, but how is it? I'm thinking about family. It seems like there's a lot of self interest there. Kamala is going to do this for us, for this for us, for this. Yeah, but if you had a man, if you had a family, you would be thinking a little differently about who you'd be voting for. You would be voting possibly opposite of what you're voting for, not these abortion rights that you think is going to be taken away, which is not for all of these different policies that's going to silence or control freedom of speech, and all these other excessive liberal things and ideas that doesn't really exist in the family structure. Family structures are typically more conservative. So I think an issue is that they have a much more liberal mindset because of they don't have the conservative family structure values that they used to have, and that black men are starting to look at that and say, well, this is something that we do want, but unfortunately, black women don't fit in that equation because that's not something that they want. So you go
Right,
outside
right.
of your race, you go to other women who do want that family structure, and we vote. We're starting to vote in kind with that. There's only like 25% that voted. I say only. That's actually a lot that voted for Trump. And from what I heard, what they're saying is that it was critical. The black male vote was critical in the Georgia vote. That actually pushed them over the edge to winning that state. It was the black male vote. So I think that narrative that we're just such a small minority, right? We only one. We're not where black man is black women, but they're not voting with us. But so therefore, our vote really doesn't matter because we're a minority of a minority. But they're saying that actually that they have a pretty big effect, which is why he went to the barbershop in New York and why he did these things because he was smart enough to realize there might be something there. He's right. 25% is a huge difference compared to what it used to be. Something like 5%, 10%, maybe a decade and a half ago. So. With that being said, you guys have a great night. And I'll see you next time.
All right, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, Joe. Yeah, appreciate that. JR, it's on you, man, and then we gone. You want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, I'll say thank you once again for having me on and chopping up with the panel. Yeah, just regarding the topic, like I said earlier, it's not a blame game or whether it is. Obviously, as men, from our point of view, we can have a lot to say about what women do wrong, etc., etc. How we feel, whatnot. That's on us, and obviously, from their own perspective as well, they've got their own feelings and whatever it is that's bad that men are doing. Hence why this so-called gender war or whatever it is. But like I always say, we know what we need to do. Like, we're not stupid. We know what we need to do. We can see what's happening out here, with the whole elections and whatnot. We're starting to wake up that things can affect us that we can't necessarily control. But if we come together as a community, the community gets to win. And then, of course, people's interest within the community depends on whichever way, obviously, you go. But the community gets a benefit for the long run. And that's where, like I keep saying, we just need to come together and figure this out. We know what it is. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. But I'll just ask quickly. I just got a video that I want to send over just for one of the shows. How do I get that over to you if that's possible?
So you can email it if you want. So you can email it at getwith, so GETWITHKP. So getwithkp@gmail.com. You can email it that way and we can get it that way.
Yeah, we'll put
Okay.
it. That information is in the description box. Like we'll leave it in the description box, like email and everything to get it, so you don't
Okay.
have to remember it.
Yeah, no,
We'll
I
put it
appreciate
in the
that.
description.
No,
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Oh yeah, once again, thank you.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you always hopping on the panel with us, man. Shout out to the panel, man. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Coco, Vince, Cole, Joe, JR, Mr. Researchers on tonight. Appreciate y'all holding me down. Shout out to everybody in the comments as well. Navy Man who's dropping comments. Navy Man 4, let me say it properly. Dropping comments all night. Appreciate you, brother, holding us down. Tiffany Weaver in the building. Donovan Kenyatta in the building. My guy Winford checked in tonight. Appreciate you holding us down. There's somebody else's name. Wizzy Lynette was in the building. Shout out to you. Jason Washington was in the building as well. Yeah, man, we're here to change some mindsets. We're here to get us on track, get us going in the right direction. That's why we're here. Yeah, so bring the conversations to the platform. We're going to have it. Bring the videos to the platform. We're going to have the conversation about the video. Yeah, at the end of the day, we got work to do. We're not each other's enemies. We're actually designed and here to be with each other. We actually complement each other naturally. And we got to get back to that and restore our natural function. Once we do that, everything else is a cakewalk from here. But, man, shout out to everybody who joined us tonight, man. Definitely, if you haven't already, hit that like button, smash that like button, hit that share as well. We want to get this content out to as many of our people as possible so we can change our trajectory as a whole. But, man, this is Kandid Konvos. We do this show every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We go live on YouTube and Facebook. So definitely like, share, and subscribe. But, man, with that being said, everybody have an awesome night. And we're going to catch you guys, man, next Wednesday.